And essentially what this person said was that me working on YouTube is pointless. There's no value to it. There's no worth to it. Why do I do it? It's just a total waste of time.
You are literally surrounded by peers that spend 24/7 telling you you are worthless. What are you supposed to think? This is just not matter. What I've done, what I've felt, what I've seen, what I've experienced. It doesn't add up to a lot, but is it really that meaningless? Am I fucking meaningless? Is that what she's trying to tell me?
Has honestly ruined anime for me so fucking much that I never want to watch anime again. I don't want anything to do with anime. I got my waste bin here and I got some of my anime. We got Death Note, one of my favorites. F it, throw it in the bin. We got some Dragon Ball Z, another great anime show. Throw it in the fucking bin. Ethan calls people he views as lolicons, he calls them lollipops.
This user validation, vanity, forget it. This user
Weasley little liar, dude.
Bloodlust right now.
To Tipster. Gamer from Mars always got the good documentaries and is truly unbiased and wouldn't call someone like Tectone a rapist with no evidence. And it was a court trial that wasn't even about actually being sexually assaulted. I don't know.
You're Geeky Tipster, and I'm not a fan of drama. However, when something strikes a nerve with me, I'm not afraid to speak up.
You love drama, Tipster. It's okay, we all do.
It's hard to find an internet figure with more backstory than Tipster, who over the past 2 decades has made a name for himself on YouTube for all the wrong reasons. While the rotund individual has tried his hardest to be a legitimate influencer since the site's inception, as time has gone on, he's unfortunately been tied into the lolcow archetype, with behavior that many have deemed questionable. From defending inappropriate images of minors, to flirting with online women who he refers to as his goth mommies while married, to being friends with a white woman who had her child call her enemy the N-word, there's a lot to unpack with this one. While he has threatened to leave the World Wide Web an endless amount of times, he always seems to pop back up to the pleasure of many of his detractors who seem fixated on mocking him. Because his career or lack thereof is so expansive, I thought it would be good to dig deep and make one concise video breaking down the few ups and many downs of this YouTuber's career, with it all culminating in him transitioning to be a goth mommy himself. Tipster.
It's really about the goth women we met along the way, right, Tipster? You found yourself.
Her real name, Robert Santion, has been posting on.
Yeah, Tipster is... I don't know what Tipster identifies as, so Tipster's gonna be Tipster. Don't misgender around here on purpose.
Line in one form or another for over 2 decades. His oldest videos were uploaded to GameTrailers.com and soon after re-uploaded to YouTube in 2006. In 2009, Tipster wrote an introduction for himself and his website on Gavatar, an early precursor to sites like Linktree, where he says, "I grew up in Fontana, California, and I have always been a gamer. I always tried to stay with the latest gaming trends, and I was the
Tipster chose hard mode in life.
guy my friends would turn to in order to find out what games were worth their time and which ones were better just to ignore." Throughout his time online, Robert would also host several other domains including GamerGeek Network, a community site that boasted a grand total of 8 members. There was also the Tech Tipster and Your Geeky Tipster, where he would post about more broad topics such as his frustration with Facebook's moderation team. "Facebook has, again, blocked my account from sending out friends requests on the ground that I have continued to add strangers when in fact I have not sent out a single friends request, as well as cancelled all prior friends requests since the last block. I am tired of the BS and will discontinue use of my..."
I mean, in fairness, I used to write like this on the fanfiction forums back in the day. 2005, 7, 8, those were different times, guys. User activity was expected.
Tipster would also keep track of important upcoming events, including an anime expo and shouting out his birthday 3 times in a single day. While his various websites weren't gaining major notoriety, it was clear Tipster was enjoying his life. In 2012, he posted a review on Foursquare of his local In-N-Out burger, giving it a 9 out of 10, writing, "Order the grilled cheese sandwich. It's on their secret menu and is quite good. Yummy." Tipster's many grilled cheese sandwiches were being funded.
And it turns out, he lied. They don't sell grilled cheese sandwiches. Tipster.
By his job as an IT professional. His side gig as a gaming and tech journalist wasn't bringing in much, if any money at all, but that didn't stop him from trying over and over again. Through the next few years, his videos evolved from tech tips and reviews to a broader range of contents, including unboxings, vlogs, and general internet discourse. Although people never showed
I would rather watch Tipster do tech and unboxing reviews if I were into that content over ReviewtechUSA though, TBH.
With much interest in Tipster's personal life or tech updates, his videos covering internet controversies slowly found an audience. By all accounts, Tipster had a simple, peaceful, and happy life. He even began multi-streaming to his humble community.
And then the commentary community attacked. And Creepshow art.
But beneath the surface, his channel's relatively slow growth began to get under his skin. On May 13th, 2016, he took to Twitter writing, "A friend just sent me a really messed up message. I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt or get me down, but I won't let it keep me down." He later posted a video elaborating on this tweet.
And essentially what this person said was that me working on YouTube is pointless. There's no value to it. There's no worth to it. Why do I do it? It's just a total waste of time.
That's not true. You just can't fuck it up, like the lol cows. That's why you watch them and you learn from them.
I'm wasting my life away in front of the camera, and what I'm doing is going to amount to nothing.
In spite of this hurtful message and attacks he had been getting from various online trolls, Tipster reaffirmed that he wasn't going anywhere. This resilience paid off when just a few months later, an unexpected figure gave his channel a major boost.
I'm in shock right now. I just wrapped up my stream, and I'm in shock right now because I got raided by Zoe Burger. I did not expect that. Apparently she was doing a stream where she was just raiding tons and tons of people, and I happened to be one of them. Today was honestly a rough day. That made my night. If you're watching this, Zoe, thank you so much.
Zoe Burger is a name you likely haven't heard in years, but in 2017 she was one of several women leading the charge in testing the limits of YouTube's live stream policies. To be more specific, she claims she would post her own nudes at 1 million subscribers, a milestone she quickly reached. At the time...
Has anyone done that cheat code since? Whoa. I mean, I guess you can just... everyone's getting, tricked into going to OF and subbing there for bullshit like we talked about earlier. So I guess this is nothing new, it's just been expanded upon.
She was one of the most controversial figures on the site, collaborating with other large YouTubers like John Scarce, and getting a diss track made on her by RiceGum where he makes an astute observation that her nipples look strange. He stopped maintaining the Your Geeky Tipster website and finally rebranded his channel away from his real name to just Tipster. Along with this rebrand came a new intro to all of his videos, where he can be seen holding 2 vintage Nest Zappers, while a remix of Dr. Dre's The Next Episode featuring Snoop Dogg plays in the background. This interesting choice of music eventually resulted in every
Yeah. Don't do that.
single video on his channel getting copyright claimed in 2019, losing all of his ad revenue and forcing him to no longer use the song. For the time being, however, Tipster's career was on a sharp upward trajectory. He began making inroads with other commentary and drama YouTubers, as that had now become the main focus of his channel. One of these YouTubers he befriended was Tommy C, whose show Tipster appeared on in 2018. The stream ended positively with Tommy...
The last I checked in on any Tipster drama, it was kind of Tommy C and Tipster fighting on a call and they worked it out. It was a good ending, actually.
asking his viewers to subscribe to Robert's channel. Soon after, the two began fighting on Twitter when Tommy accused Tipster of liking a tweet that suggested he was a negligent alcoholic father who allowed children to urinate on him. These were allegations that Tipster adamantly denied, writing, "The things Tommy claims I said, I never actually said them, nor did I share/like any post about him as he claims, and he's yet to provide any evidence." The following week, Tommy C returned with receipts of Tipster liking several posts, including one that says, "Tommy C is like that awkward drunk uncle that gets pee on as soon as he falls asleep. Who the hell has heard of the trope of children peeing on drunk family members? What is this?" Regardless, his fan base, whom he dubbed the Tipster Mafia, continued to grow over the coming years. Notably his back and forth with Susie Liu in 2020, and Insane Woman...
Crazy how much, there's just been a few dramas where people's past is brought up, because I think, Jeremy had some opinions on this person. Someone did. Like, this Susie Liu character, who is a nobody, had beef with everybody. Typical white woman behavior.
Using YouTube's copyright system, put his channel in the spotlight, with many coming to his defense. He had gained friends, street cred, and an audience that after over a decade of effort would allow him to be a full-time content creator, his one dream in life. What needs to be understood is that Robert had a knack for getting himself into debates he wasn't equipped for about things that didn't even need to be debated in the first place. An early example of this took place in 2021 after another YouTuber named Oki took to Twitter to announce, "I hate Tipster. He's just a lame bottom feeder." This prompted Tipster to invite him on his stream so the two could have a debate whether or not he was indeed a lame bottom feeder. As you can imagine,
I prefer this over the over the Loli pedo debates that they had in 2020 everywhere.
Imagine this debate was not very fruitful, with Tipster showing DMs from Oki complimenting him months prior, and proceeding to kick him off the call before he could respond.
Yeah,
I was being honest when I said you are the only commentary drama channel that I watch. So I find it really interesting that you would call me a bottom feeder when you were literally choking on my DMs less than a year ago, dude.
Well, let's just, okay. I think you're overestimating how big your...
No, you were kissing my ass less than a year ago, and now I'm a bottom feeder who you hate, and I literally don't even interact with you, dog. Quite frankly, I'm not interested in even continuing this conversation with you anymore.
Are you done yet? Or can I...
Yeah,
can I
we are done. Get the out, stupid.
Afterward, Tipster posted, "That was fun, lol." Oki responded, "Yeah, screaming and then kicking me was a total own." Tipster later cut this debate down for a stream highlight titled, "The most dishonest hack I have ever spoken to." Upon seeing this, Oki responded again saying, "This guy invited me onto his stream to explain why I don't like him and then proceeded to spurg out and kick me 14 minutes in. Most useless convo of my life." Even in mundane interactions, Tipster still managed to repeatedly make a fool of himself. Similar to Drama Alert, he tried to popularize the hashtag Tipster News, although today the hashtag is exclusively used to mock him. This isn't because Tipster has done anything completely unforgivable, but rather because many would see him as a buffoon. In one notable instance of this supposed buffoonery, Tipster responded to someone calling him greasy and obese by saying, "I still get more action than you. Ladies love the jiggly jiggle," with a Homer Simpson gif attached. It's unknown why he
Stop.
felt the need to respond to this random Twitter user, or why he thought this response would result in anything other than further ridicule. Random Twitter posters getting under his skin was something Tipster could not avoid. On May 12, 2022, Amaranth posted a video titled, "Why I'm Quitting OnlyFans." Tipster somehow managed to screenshot this 1 minute after it was uploaded.
You say jiggle jiggle and fucking Amaranth's here. She's the one that used to do the nip slips to get everyone to go to her OF.
And posted it to his Twitter account with the caption, "The simp's about to be wildin', lol." When other users pointed out the odd timing of a screenshot and the fact that he appeared to already have watched 30 seconds into the video, Tipster responded by unfollowing and blocking them, including accounts that didn't even tag him directly. This banning spree continued until half the community was blocked by Tipster, including many of his friends, at which point he posted an anime gif with the caption, "Twitter feed looking less cancer at the moment. Kinda wish I did this sooner." He followed this up with another anime gif saying, "Unfollow."
Well, you're the one who's now going to their tweets even though you unfollowed them to see them talking shit about you. You're no different than the fucking whore VTuber we were watching.
And to see what happened in Twitter. What I meant by NSFW, since a lot of people are confused, I'm okay with lewd. Never have not been okay with it. I just don't like seeing people fuck, lol. To me, being a bitch, that's nothing new, and I've never been nice to people I don't care about / respect. Y'all are so bored that someone that just doesn't like made you personally get riled up. I just genuinely can't really care. If you don't want to respect it or even try to...
You know your statement, make your statement and walk away. If that ever happened, we wouldn't have internet versus.
See what I meant? I see no reason to be even respectful remotely to some losers. I'd be lying if I said I was sorry, and then a peace emoji. She continues, "Was it right to do what I did? No, but I never pretended to be a role model whatsoever and openly hate other people, so who's surprised on that? To the people bringing up what happened with my relationship in the past as a blow, we practically moved on from it too. If you actually watch my streams, he's on it all the time, and we're happy AF just taking a break from streaming in Japan. I've never hid that whatsoever. To the people who think I'm not a good VTuber, never did the norm and I don't plan to. Cry about it, pussy." To add to this, I talked to my community about what people are saying. I was confused with...
Yeah, but she doesn't care, you're right. She doesn't care at all fucking writing essays about it. This bothers me, guys. Let me write 30 more paragraphs on how I'm right and you're wrong, that I'm right to be bothered.
A few people and everyone starts coping, living rent-free. Tipster clearly wanted people to believe that he was unbothered by the whole ordeal. This is likely why he privated his Twitter account before posting another anime gif captioned, "Stepping away from the net for a bit. Don't know when I'll be back, but right now my mental health is more important and I need to focus on that more than anything. I'll be back when the time is right." He then wiped his entire Twitter account. This Amaranth situation was made funnier due to the reputation Tipster had already garnered online for being an unapologetic simp. Back in 2019, Robert was browsing his Twitter homepage when he saw a beautiful damsel come across his timeline. In her post, she wrote, "Thank God I'm a lesbian." This upset Tipster greatly, and he replied, "Why do all the hot ones not like #feelsbadman, lol." Tragically, the girl he was responding to turned out to be 17, with her posting underage in her bio.
Well, that's fuck up, ain't it? Okay, Destiny Stir.
At the time, Tipster was 32 and, as mentioned prior, married. While many fans hope that Tipster just didn't realize the girl was underage, that didn't stop him from getting laughed at by the entire community. If this was an isolated incident of Tipster giving in to his most primal desires, it's likely I wouldn't be making this video. Unfortunately, thirsting over random women on his timeline was a habitual problem for Tipster, and he surrounded himself with almost any woman who was willing to give him attention. He even included Lord of the Goth Mommies in his Twitter bio, and eventually sold various goth mommy-themed merchandise, which I'm sure he sold a ton of. As one random commenter put it, Tipster...
It will be interesting, like, going to thrift stores and garage sales and seeing if any of this fucking random streamer merch ever appears, because they're kind of like our modern-day concert shirts. You can go on eBay, get any fucking concert shirt you want, and they reprint them, whatever. Streamer merch that's never gonna run again, or a Boblax plushie? That's worth a million memories.
Tipster's goth mommy harem primarily consisted of, quote, busted middle-aged women well past their prime. One of these beautiful ladies was an alcoholic mother of 9 who went by AP over 9K. She often appeared in Discord calls on Tipster's streams. In one iconic moment after ordering a delicious meal of Taco Bell on DoorDash, she can be heard calling her dasher the N-word after he canceled her delivery.
To be nice, like, oh, my mom's hot. Like, I don't think that's weird. Wait,
Did you
what?
say that Edward?
Okay, yeah,
bro,
that's
see,
not
this is
okay.
what I'm
That's
talking
not
about.
okay. Well, that's why she got removed from the call, because that's not
No,
okay.
get the f out of here. I know you did it, but I'm like, dude, you can't trust these white women, bro.
Clearly, she was great company for Tipster to keep around, and after one of many instances of Tipster being mocked on Twitter, wherein he deleted most of the videos on his channel and declared he was leaving the community for good, she took it upon herself to defend him, claiming another commenter named Boblax wasn't a good friend to Tipster.
He wasn't. Who has he been a good friend to? I don't like some of Nick DiOrio's coverage on recent things we've looked at, but nah, Boblax is a horrible friend, a selfish motherfucker who thinks the world should revolve around him and he should get whatever the fuck he wants.
This was confusing as Boblax was one of the few people not making fun of Robert at the time. The two got on a call with Tipster joining to mediate, although it was nearly impossible to follow why AP was upset.
You said this tweet is f***ed up, correct? This tweet I made about Tipster is f***ed up, correct?
No, I think you're a giant piece of shit. I think you're a really f***ed up, shitty person, honestly.
Damn!
Like, just in general. But that's probably because I'm actually an adult.
The debate ended with Tipster panicking and deleting the entire server mid-conversation.
Oh, I'm kicked from the server. Wait, what? Wait, did Tipster Tipster deleted the server. The server got deleted. Oh my god.
The following day, Robert posted an apology tweet writing, I wanted to take a moment to apologize to both AP and Boblax for what happened last night. The whole thing was a big misunderstanding that led to a huge mess. Also, I apologize to AP for not making it clear Boblax was live. I assume she knew and that was a mistake. I am going to take a few days offline. After last night, I just need a few days to myself to decompress.
I wonder who's actually taken more time offline, Tipster or fucking the quartering?
Rather than taking a few days off, though, Tipster returned the following day to announce he had taken some Delta 8 gummies. In the end, it seems his apology was not enough for AP, as less than a month later, Tipster had to publicly cut ties with her after finding out she had participated in an anti-Tipster Discord server. She was also now claiming Tipster had intentionally misled her about the debate to being a private call that wouldn't be streamed. Robert responded by saying, now you're outright lying. I never promised you it was private. Everyone knew it was live. The VC channel the call took place on was literally called on air, and I told you he was live, but you weren't paying attention. He then posted another sad anime gif captioned, sometimes I wonder why I bother being a
Said fucking there's cry bullies, and then there's straight up cry babies.
loyal friend to people who clearly don't deserve it. Cause when it comes time to return the favor, I'm always kicked to the curb. I'm too kind for my own good. This was the last straw for AP, who posted a Notes app response claiming that she was drunk during the Boblax stream, although she denies being an alcoholic, writing, if I was actually an alcoholic, don't you think I would know where my limit is? And to answer her question, no. She then did the only
Gamer for Mars is on one today. Usually he just reads his script. We got jokes. Get him!
logical thing and leaked all of her DMs with Tipster. The carnage left in the wake of these DM leaks was immeasurable, and the event went on to be known as Tipstergate. In these messages, AP can be seen sending Tipster screenshots of a user named Spondyle getting 0 likes posting into the void about her. She was clearly upset that Tipster wouldn't defend her from this menace. Tipster calmly responded with a level head writing, I'm just gonna leave the internet, okay? I s***ed up and now everyone is
This is the third time in the last 10 minutes.
mad at me. So I am just gonna leave and I am not coming back. AP reassures him by saying, I will
This is when your parents are mad at you and you fake run away. You fake run away and hope that they're like, no, I'm sorry, I was mean and yelled at you, oh no, but then you just go in your backyard and nothing happens.
Never be the person that gets mad and turns on you or spills things you told me in confidence. That is not who I am. Of course, since we're reading this message right now, she did exactly that, which is why we now have something known as the ripped pants incident. This is because also in the leaked messages, Tipster stated, "Sat down in my office chair this morning and my pants split in the ass. Had to rush home and change, lol. Should have took a picture of the pants. It's crazy." Besides talking about wardrobe malfunctions, many of the leaked DMs were also having Tipster attempting to rizz up this married mother of 9. I thought you looked great in that photo, to be honest. Goth mommy could get it. Notice the new PFP. Not gonna lie, looking kinda hot in hot pink. Even hotter, goth mommy, haha. You a hot goth, haha. Your friend kinda cute, haha. Ayo, she's 16. In one exchange, Tipster can be seen giving AP his personal phone number after the two had only spoken for a few months, following it up with, "Anything for a pink-haired hot goth mommy, LMAO, JK. In the wake of this betrayal, Tipster leaked a message she had sent prior to posting their DM saying, "This whole thing is out of control, but I figured I may as well drag us both to hell." He also made a response of his own addressing
Okay, fucking Kikyo and Iyasha bullshit, what the fuck?
the various goth mommy related texts, claiming he and AP had just been good friends and nothing more. Regardless of any perceived wrongdoing on his part, Tipster should have never spoken to this woman again. This is a conclusion he unfortunately didn't share, as the two were spotted together on a podcast less than 3 months later. Supposedly, Tipster's Discord mods had tried to convince him to ban AP, and he responded by leaving the server.
So after me and AP and some of the other people kind of patched things up, like,
I'm sorry, I don't want to hang out with somebody who would just haphazardly just be throwing in-words on broadcast and not giving a fuck. And then just immediately uses the excuse more than once of "I'm drunk, I'm high,
like I was comfortable allowing them to come back and join the community. And there were some situations with some of the admins where, like, understandably, they were uncomfortable about them coming back, where, like, they were looking for any excuse to get rid of AP. And on the 4th day, I got so tired of, like, hearing this. It's obvious that you guys want to do this, so just do it. And he's like, "Okay, we did it." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I left the server because I was
All
like,
balls.
yeah, I was like really mad about that because I'm like, look, dude, like I understand why people are kind of on edge about them coming back, but at the same time, like, why are we banning people off of nothing? Like there's nothing there.
Patching things up with AP and allowing her back into his community turned out to be a poor decision for Tipster. When
That just poor decision sounds like that could just define his whole fucking life.
just a few months later, the same user she had complained to him about named Spondile reappeared on Discord, calling her a quote, "meth head whore." In response, the mother of the year had her young child call this internet rando the N-word.
Actually, you know what? No, keep me in the call. Come here. Say Spondile is a do it.
No.
See, don't hang out with these people. Gross. Teaching your kid to say that too? Ugh. They said that's a sign of hillbillies. They don't even need to bring race into it. It's just a rude word that poor, gross attention seekers fucking mentally ill in the head need to say. Well, I also think it's how they let you know they're mentally ill.
Do it.
No.
Spondile.
Oh, this thing that's not cool to say? Let me just keep pushing the barrier to show I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, call CPS. That's funny because a lot of people have tried, but it doesn't work, does it?
This clip was posted to Twitter under the Tipster News hashtag, and as a result, the poster was swiftly blocked, with Tipster writing, "It's dumb that I am expected to respond to allegations that have nothing to do with me." He later confronted this ne'er-do-well on a Twitter space and elaborated on why they needed to be blocked.
Yo, you want to know why you got blocked?
Why did I get blocked, Tipster?
You're trying really hard to associate with me with a situation that I had nothing to do with. What the does this have to do with me? I have nothing to do with what AP did. I'm not AP's handler.
Did I say you were?
No, but like, what do you think is the point of like mentioning me in the thread? Like, what's the point of that? She did something stupid.
You're her friends, and that's how people know her.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is the Tipster cycle on full display. He surrounds himself with insane people who inevitably do insane things, and then needlessly inserts himself into the middle of it. He was never asked to comment about AP and wasn't.
Well, we know he was friends with Creepshow fucking Art. That's problematic because that brings in the whole art community. There's been several art dramas that come after this. You just stay the fuck away from artists. Keep your drawings to yourself. And just hang out on DeviantArt and don't talk to anybody. That's why I'm being a successful artist.
Even tagged in the original thread, yet here he is on Twitter, having a meltdown anyways. His tantrum continued on Discord, where he was asked, "Are you gonna disassociate from AP?" He responded by unfriending the person who asked and blocking them on Twitter. With these revelations, it seems Tipster finally cut off contact with AP for good, replacing her with a new goth mommy who went by Rum. You would hope by now he would have learned his lesson, but you would be wrong. On February 19th, 2023, Rum was caught liking a post containing what appeared to be an explicit drawing of a child. Ordinarily, this wouldn't present a major issue for Tipster, as Rum was not a key figure on his streams and nobody was even asking him to comment. Of course, this is Tipster we're talking about, so none of that mattered. One of his goth mommies was in peril, and it was time for her valiant knight.
I mean, is Tipster aware that he's completely the fucking milady fedora meme?
To step in while debating none other than Boblacks on the issue. As he'd state, I see the usual suspects are trying to call someone out for liking Loli when they don't know what Loli actually is. Some things never change. It's Loli, Tipster. It's a cartoon of a child with nothing but a strip of clothing covering the flat chest and crotch. Why is it
I agree with you, Boblacks. That's why that fake Grand Order makes me uncomfortable. Fucking Japan and their no morals.
Child? Cause it had small tits? Guess grown women never had small tits before. Small tits? The girl has no tits, Tipster. It's clearly a child. I have seen video game characters that look like this and no one bats an eye. When prompted to provide an example of any video game character that looked even remotely similar to—
Well, that's the thing. Fucking, the Nero crazy fucking beast Sodom thing. I say that straight up lolicon. I think that's why they made like a dress outfit for her. I would have used that as an example, but I don't think she existed yet.
To the image in question, Tipster responded by saying, "My point is that this community is full of spurgs who know nothing about anime or anime culture commenting on anime culture, and it's dumb, dude." This was the hill Tipster was choosing to die on, literally posting, "I stand by my take. Rum did nothing wrong. I will die on that hill." Evidently upset after seeing this on his timeline, Keemstar replied saying, "You won't even debate the topic on my show." Tipster politely declined the invitation, but that's when PatGod joined the conversation to lay down the law. The definition of a loli is a young or young-looking girl character in Japanese anime and manga. I don't see why you would defend the open sexualization of that. While this attempt to reason with Robert was commendable, in the end, not even PatGod was strong enough to overpower Tipster's block button. The following day, Keemstar and PatGod loaded up a stream to talk about the situation when, in spite of previously refusing to do so, Tipster called in to explain his side.
And you have loyalty to your friends, so you're trying to defend your friend, right? But in this case, you lost. You lost on Twitter, you lost with your other friends, you lost...
I know I've said it already, but I really like Keemstar though, actually. Because he just can break down the drama that happened, and there's... unless it involves him, then there really is nothing else to say here. He's got him like a therapist.
With me, you lost PatGod, you lost the audience, everyone disagrees with you.
I genuinely don't care about what people think about me on this issue.
As usual, Tipster was spiraling and struggling to defend himself, but he still had one last card to play in this debate.
This is about people liking stylized anime art, and people are trying to turn it into pedophilia, and I think it's like fucking gross. We're trying to turn this into Tipster likes Loli and Tipster.
What am I supposed to?
Yourself.
What am I supposed to think when you're saying that you're gonna fucking die on this hill, Tipster? Now he left. He left. I'm gonna click on Tipster right here, verified Tipster, right? He fucking blocked me.
I'm not blocked.
Yeah, because you have a pussy.
Clearly stressed out, he decided to take a brief intermission from all of the drama when an OnlyFans creator came across his timeline, holding several Monster energy drink cans. Looking for an excuse to interact with her, he quote tweeted the post saying, "Turkey Tom's dream girl?" In a reply, one user wrote, "I'm pretty sure Tom is in a happy relationship, and not all guys want to leave their girl for a random e-girl, Tipster. Maybe you should stop projecting." Tipster fired back with, "When I see people this concerned about my..."
It's like when Ted Bundy broke out of prison and he escaped and the FBI was looking for him, and all he had to do was go a couple weeks without murdering someone, and maybe he would have made it. But no, he just couldn't stop himself.
Marriage, there is only one conclusion I can come to. This dude and others like him want to me, and they're mad because my wife gets to and they don't. What? What the fuck? These two continued their back and forth, concluding with Tipster writing, "Fat boy..." These two continued their back and forth, concluding with Tipster writing, "Fat boy bussy is best pussy." The only conclusion I can derive from this is that Tipster likes being penetrated, which I suppose is foreshadowing for later in the video. It was also around this time that other users noticed Tipster had begun liking similar loli posts from the same account that posted the original drawing. This was likely meant to serve as some strange act of solidarity with Rum. Eventually, Rum herself joined the stream with Keemstar and PatGod, and completely dismantled the ground Tipster had been defending her from.
Okay, Rum. As soon as it was like brought to my attention that it was in my likes, I just went and unliked it, and I didn't think anything of it.
Okay, so to confirm, Rum, you had accidentally liked that photo, correct?
Yeah.
Not only did Rum concede that the image was probably loli, but she hadn't even intentionally liked the post.
So dying on a hill for an accident. Oh no.
It was also later confirmed that the drawing was indeed of a child. With this in mind, surely Tipster would back down from his position or at least move on. But no. Instead, he posted a response video to his channel blaming everyone else besides himself.
I have never defended the existence of Loli content, and I never will. Now, we did eventually come to the conclusion that this was actually Loli based on some digging we did on the account that originally posted it. Well, actually, it was Shota. Basically Loli, but for male characters, for those of you who are unaware. Which is also kind of funny in its own way because everyone was arguing about how it looked like a little girl, and it was
It was kind of funny. What was hilarious about it? Please explain, Tipster, what the joke was.
Actually a boy, and I was just looking for a bit of clarification just to be sure. But in my opinion, my biggest mistake was trying to have this conversation in this community, because they too aren't equipped to tackle this conversation properly. This community doesn't have the intellectual capacity to have these kinds of conversations.
Did he just call his whole audience a bunch of retards? Think that's what he's doing?
I get that we're human and we make mistakes sometimes, but y'all this one up so damn bad, it's crazy. And these are just some of the many issues I have had with the commentary community over the course of the past year. And it's the reason for the past year that I have been distancing myself from this community. Y'all made a mountain out of a grain of sand. Keemstar was saying that everyone should come together and oust me from the community, the same way they did with Flamenco. And to that I say, don't bother. I'll see myself on out.
In spite of constantly putting himself at the center of any turmoil that surrounded him, he seems to believe it's actually everyone else forcing him into this position. His proclamation that he would be leaving the community was also meaningless at this point, considering it's probably the 5th time he said this in the past 2 years. All this drama left Tipster in a precarious position, with few friends and even fewer goth mommies still associating with him. This is when he saw a golden opportunity to jump ship entirely to a much more welcoming community.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police
female Nick Fuentes
services, pointing an assault rifle in my face at my home.
The disgraced creator Keffals is somebody I've discussed previously on my channel over her various antics. By 2023, she had already made herself a pariah in most online spaces due to a series of slanderous lies she spread about other online figures and her local police department. She did, however, still maintain a small following of ardent supporters, and among them was Tipster for some reason. That reason became more clear when, upon doing a scroll-through of Keffals' Instagram, one user came to the horrifying realization that Tipster had liked every single post. Even on his stream, Tipster was giving Keffals unusually positive coverage.
So Keffals usually kind of dresses up like tomboyish, right? Can we just agree that she cleans up real nice? You know what I'm saying? Like when she, maybe puts on a little bit of lipstick and, puts on a nice outfit and stuff like that, she cleans up like a shiny new penny. Is that wrong for me to say? I don't think so.
Robert's association with Keffals began to draw the ire of many of his followers who were increasingly outraged by her behavior, including attempts to deplatform creators she didn't like, trying to get the internet gossip forum Kiwi Farms taken down, and founding the controversial Discord server Catboy Ranch that did not require age verification to join, leading to accusations of grooming. Apparently, none of these were red flags to Tipster, who went on to use a clip of her talking for a soundboard.
We love Gooner games.
Oh, I'm being so horny, thank you, Daddy. I'll shut up.
We love us some Gooner games around here, okay?
People's disdain for Keffals very quickly got under Tipster's skin, who once again privated his Twitter account before making a post announcing he would be leaving the internet. I'm probably gonna be taking a...
I feel like we've been here before. He gets offended and leaves the internet. Whoa.
Brief break for a couple days. Admittedly, my mental health hasn't been the best as of late, and I just need some time to decompress. He returned to Twitter less than 12 hours later. Given Robert's history with women on the internet, it's hardly a stretch to imagine he had ulterior motives with befriending Keffals. Of course, it upset Tipster greatly when anyone pointed that fact out. This is a common trope with those weirdos. I am friends with women, therefore I must want to sleep with them. It's a very caveman-brained way of thinking. Keffals was not the only girl Tipster was pursuing, as one user caught him liking posts from an OnlyFans creator on Instagram. Once again, he responded by saying, "Didn't you know, guys? Married men can't like content featuring women." It was around this time another one of Robert's goth mommies, who went by Hannah Animal, turned on him. While it's unclear what exactly sparked this betrayal, she replied to another OnlyFans creator who went by Tiny Dancer, writing, "Tipster sent me your nudes, by the way, after you sent it to him." Supposedly, the picture sent to Tipster was meant to be used as promotion for her OnlyFans account, and she was simply asking for his opinion. This raises multiple questions. Why would anyone want Tipster?
Yes, I know what he's gonna ask, yes. Why were they sent to Tipster? Why would a woman send their nudes to Tipster? That's the ultimate question. That's all that needs to be asked. I don't know what he's gonna ask, but that'll be it.
Tipster's opinion on their OnlyFans content? And also, why did Tipster instantly send this to another girl? The answer to these questions remain elusive. However, he did eventually respond saying, "I can 100% own the criticism that I should not have sent the picture in question to Hannah." Hannah was not satisfied with this response and continued posting about Tipster, claiming he had added her on Snapchat without ever being sent her username. After the loss of Hannah Animal from his goth mommy corral, Tipster's roster had an opening. He immediately tried filling it with various transgender members of Keppel's community. In one post, he can be seen replying to a trans woman holding up a bottle of her own breast milk, urging the poster to drink it. I looked it up because I couldn't help myself, and yes, trans women can have breast milk, which our friend seemed very interested in the taste of. Keppels herself eventually grew tired of Tipster's neurotic and strange behavior, releasing a video titled, "Why I'm No Longer Friends with Tipster." In the upload, she shows a supposed leaked DM wherein he claims he is planning on cutting her off. As it turned out, this was a poorly orchestrated publicity stunt, with the two hoping they could fool their many detractors. Regardless, there was still a nugget of truth that
Did anybody care? I need to see the Twitter verses of this.
that managed to slip its way into her video.
Tipster, I literally stuck my neck out for you. I introduced you to all my friends, even though you're kind of like a creepy chaser, man. Like, you slide into my trans friends' DMs, and you're way too friendly. Like, there's obviously something going on there. It's really not cool. And I'm just, like, really disappointed.
Tipster soon returned to the internet, pretending nothing had happened. By this point, most of his friends had turned on him, or simply distanced themselves. That being said, one of the few who still remained by his side in spite of everything was Boblax. While he had been an outspoken critic of Tipster and occasionally poked fun at him, the two had never truly cut ties. That was until June of 2023, when their friendship ended for good. It started with Boblax mistakenly leaking one of his own alt accounts on stream that went by the username Throbbin' Horsecock. The majority of posts from this account were unserious and borderline nonsensical, but Keppels latched on to one post in particular, implying he was transphobic. As usual, Tipster soon joined in, taking Keppels' side for no discernible reason. Boblax decided the best course of action was to respond from his alt account with posts like, "Damn, Keppels is thick. She one of the real ones for sure." This strategy only served to infuriate her further as she blocked Boblax before posting, "Boblax is currently being a massive creep and using a burner account to sexually harass me." In response, Boblax posted from his main account showing DMs from Keppels, where she had sent him a video of her breast jiggling. He also attached a screenshot of messages with Tipster from several days prior where Robert says, "You've never said anything that I've..."
Why do things gotta be this way? You know? RIP to this relationship. RIP to Tipster's ally status. As they say, try so hard, get so far, and in the end, you were friends with Keppels, so who gives a fuck?
...as transphobic. I don't think Keppels thinks you're a fake ally. Seeing his messages being posted as a defense against Keppels upset Tipster greatly, so he decided to bring Boblax on a stream for a debate.
Yeah, so that's why I'm upset. I mean, and hopefully you do forgive me, because, like, I genuinely just didn't think you would mind, because it's not like you said anything secret. Like, I feel like everything you send those DMs are stuff you'd say publicly too, right? But,
yeah, I don't know. There's nothing bad in it. I just don't like the idea of, like, just putting my shit out there, like, just completely, like, unprovoked. Because, again, it felt like I was being dragged into something that didn't have anything to do with me.
I think it's relevant. I didn't think it was random, but... you know.
Tipster says this, ignoring the fact that he had already inserted himself for no reason as mentioned prior. Keppels only continued to lambast Boblax after the stream, and now claiming he was also racist. Her evidence for this was an infamous song Boblax made several years prior regarding the Black Lives Matter movement.
Some people don't know the struggle of being black sometimes. Cause it's cool, but if anyone else is they are racist.
Following this, Boblax and Tipster had a back and forth on
Don't let your kids on the internet.
Twitter, although only Boblax's side has been archived. He says, "Why are you not defending me against Keppels slandering me as a racist? She's slandering me, Tipster. You defended Rum when she was being called a pedo, but you can't defend me now because it's Keppels doing it." Robert then messaged Boblax personally saying, "If you are looking for a reason to cut me off, just do it. You already said on Augie's stream that you were upset with me, so just go, dude." Robert not getting the response he had hoped for, he took it upon himself to block Boblax, officially ending their multi-year friendship. As is customary at this point, during this drama, another girl came...
Oh, I thought he was gonna say, as customary during this drama, Tipster then said he'll be taking a break from Twitter, and then came back.
forward with more screenshots of Tipster being weird in her DMs, and even offering to kiss her before deleting the message after she ghosted him. One of the people mocking him at the time was the YouTuber Turkey Tom, who soon after posted a video documenting many of Robert's more cringe-worthy posts. His video ended with a diss track featuring Brandon Buckingham, wherein he danced in front of a rented Lamborghini.
Italy after Oreos, word up to Nick. Before we wrap up, got a question real quick. Why do all the hot ones not like dick?
Tipster seemed to enjoy the video, posting, "Okay, I won't lie, this diss track kinda slaps," with a Snoop Dogg gif attached. Given his track record of almost anything getting under his skin, many people saw this as a cope. To make matters worse, Tom's video was the catalyst for people to begin digging into Tipster's history online and documenting his behavior for kiwi farms. What they found was truly fascinating. On September 20th, 2006, an account based in Fontana, California made a post on a developer forum that reads, "Hello, my name is Robert San..."
Uh-oh, development form. Uh-oh. Some real fucking drama is about to go down.
"And one of my biggest dreams is to develop a revolutionary operating system. I know, I am aiming pretty high, but it has always been a dream of mine. Anyways, I have one problem. I know absolutely nothing about OS development."
Alternate world where Tipster never gets involved in the commentary community and he becomes the next fucking Bill Gates. We were robbed of the true operating system.
No code knowledge, no idea what I need, where to start, or even how to get the knowledge and supplies I need. Unfortunately, Terry Davis wasn't on this forum to help, and his pleas would go unanswered as other users on the forum were not too keen on walking him through the intricacies of creating an entire operating system from scratch. While a bit humorous on its own, the reason this was so important is because the username was quickly traced back to a raunchy hookup site. Not only that, but for some reason this account, also based in Fontana, California, had its gender set to female. If there was any doubt that this was him, the provided birth date was January 1st, 1987, just 6 days before Tipster's. When confronted, Robert adamantly denied these allegations, claiming it couldn't have been him because he was happily married.
And with GNN, it appears an old dating profile from 2008 where you pretended to be a woman has surfaced any comment. I've never used any dating services at all, so if you think you found something about me being on a dating service...
Uh-oh, stutter, choke!
That's not the case. I mean, I met my wife when I was still in high school, so I never had to use a dating profile. Where do people come up with this shit?
Along with losing most of his friends, his viewership had now dwindled to just 10% of what it had once been.
When I was part of the commentary crowd, my live streams were pulling 500 to 1,000 live viewers, and my videos were at minimum getting 10K views a video. And now I've gotten to a point where like...
Oh, come on, I'm more entertaining than Tipster, aren't I?
On a good day, I'll have like 200 live viewers on a stream, but I'm averaging about 100.
But I don't have any Mario or Donkey Kong skills. It's true.
50 during topics, and my videos are lucky if they break 1,000 sometimes. So it's been a big dip to leave the commentary crowd. I'll say this, I don't regret it. A lot of the reason I left is just because my morals didn't align with that community anymore. It was a mental health choice. It wasn't good for my mental health. So I don't regret leaving. Like, even if my channel never bounces back, I don't regret leaving.
This rapid loss of fans triggered YouTube to stop promoting his channel, even removing it from search results. This is something Robert tried to resolve by reaching out to a YouTube representative, although his efforts weren't in vain. He was essentially told to just make better content, something that appeared to be far out of Tipster's reach. I say this because the majority of his videos and streams were now heavily political in nature, falling more in line with the content Keffals produced. Of course, this only further alienated his audience, who had followed him for less serious internet drama content. Fortunately for Tipster, he did get a momentary boost in viewership. Sadly, this boost largely came from onlookers who were mesmerized by the train wreck he would soon create.
Dude, you can just say n***ers.
On February 6, 2024, political streamer Vaush was attempting to demonstrate the fundamentals of men's fashion for his viewers, showing off a sleek
never forget
jacket. Tragically, when he went to save an image of the jacket, his recently saved files popped up on stream.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Vaush quickly rushed to delete the stream VOD, but it was too late. Next to a folder labeled taxes were countless pornographic...
I can't believe Vaush... I'm sorry, isn't this like... You know, Hassan may have shocked the dog. Michael Phelps wants to fuck your horse. I mean, I'm sorry, I was reading your name, not you. Fucking Vaush wants to fuck the horse. Like, and then Hassan and Destiny hit the fucking towers for the last 2 years, and this fucker got away with it. Anybody else would be off the fucking internet and be pulling tipster numbers. Oh my god, I remember where this arc's going. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Drawings of young-looking girls as well as horses. After seeing this clip, Tipster took it upon himself to drop some unasked-for wisdom on...
This is how Keffals, like, destroyed herself. Because Keffals had to tag team on this debate and defend Vaush. Keffels defended Vaush, and then Mutahar puts out the video.
Twitter, advising Vaush against viewing or saving pornography on his computer in the future. Most others were not as charitable or kind to Vaush after seeing the sort of things he was into. One of these detractors was Ethan Klein, who commented on the situation during an episode of the H3 podcast. To provide context for his viewers, he also played additional clips from Vaush's past.
Simpler times, Ethan versus Vaush.
The argument that I was making, and I've made this argument a bunch of times, and I've addressed this poorly made argument a bunch of times here on this stream. Why is the possession of child pornography immoral? Because it hurts people to make child pornography, yeah? Because you have to hurt children to make it. That's why it's immoral. It's not magically immoral. It's immoral because of the harm that is caused by it. So, do we not possess other things that
you sound like
hurt
someone who's
people
trying to
in their
rationalize
production?
child abuse. Like that is an insane. That's actually it's.
Well, hold on, Ethan. You shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't. Okay. When you gotta keep in mind, though, when these types of clips surface, that was the pedophile debate era, where everybody needed to debate weird fucking things because COVID had them cooked inside. And, considering what just went down with iDubbbz and Ethan seemingly socially taking the L, I don't know. Kind of weird to see him just putting labels on people like that. He was explaining... He was making a virtuous pedo argument. This is true. But he wasn't saying he was going to do nothing to no kids.
Like, okay, this is wrong.
That is not better.
For whatever reason, Tipster was appalled by this coverage, saying, genuinely disappointed seeing what Ethan did to Vaush earlier tonight. He used the same out-of-context clips alt-writers have used to defame Vaush time and time again. Ethan quickly responded to this post on his Instagram story.
He posts my tweet and says, cheers, my horse, love ya, no pedo.
By this point, Tipster's reputation was already so bad that nobody bothered to take him seriously. A large part of this stream was also spent demanding Keemstar stop typing in his chat. Even after being banned, this was to little avail as he simply came back on an alt account. As Tipster began banning people in his chat who wrote anything negative against Vaush, one of his mods spoke up saying, the image Vaush had should definitely be criticized. I don't think it's right hiding those comments expressing their disgust. Their moderator status was quickly removed. On the bright side, Robert was once again trending on Twitter, something he was overjoyed about. In a stream the following week, he did attempt to stem the bleeding somewhat by announcing he was throwing out all of his anime.
This whole situation...
This is one of my favorite internet moments. Here we go, this Spider-Man NPC.
Has honestly ruined anime for me so fucking much that I never want to watch anime again. I don't want anything to do with anime. I got my waist bin here, and I got some of my anime. We got Death Note, one of my favorites. It, throw it in the bin. We got some Dragon Ball Z, another great anime show.
Throw it in the bin.
Ethan calls people he views as lolicons, he calls them lollipops. So we'll get rid of Lollipop Chainsaw. I'm so sick of anime at this point. I want nothing to...
You know what, though? This would be me, because Tipster's no pedo or any of that stuff. He just keeps defending the wrong people at the wrong fucking time. So I would be like, I don't want to see no 2D motherfuckers ever again, and fuck the VTuber community as well.
Do with it.
This gesture didn't seem to move anyone to his side, and Robert soon established a new rule that if anybody mentioned the Vaush incident or his defense of it, they would be immediately, you guessed it, banned.
Mods, crush the scope, thank you.
In one instance, he joined a call with a small streamer to discuss an unrelated topic. That's when an avowed consumer of Lolicon joined the call and proceeded to debate Tipster on why he continued to defend Vaush. Somehow, Robert lost this debate.
Being a hypocrite is a part of being human, you know?
I don't see it as being hypocritical, though. I think I'm pretty clear on what my rationale is here.
You already say that, you know, the folder is probably like Loli, right?
I mean, I haven't seen it, but like people say it is, so I'll take their word for it.
So if that is already the case, and therefore the logical conclusion probably is that Vaush is consuming Loli, right?
If he downloaded it, like, I guess you can say that, but like, what my thing is, like, did he know? That's my thing. This seems like a real stretch. In my opinion, this seems like a real stretch. But I'm giving you like the logic that I had when I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on it, and it just seems like you don't like my opinion, which is fine.
No, it's not about
I didn't even come here to talk about like this stupid shit, all right? Like, I came here for a completely different conversation. Yeah, Keldos, I told you it was a bad idea for me to come on this show, and like, I'm out of here. Peace.
Wait, Tipster, you could have...
Even Keffels was now beginning to distance herself from Tipster. Initially, she had gone to bat for him against Ethan, but she quickly changed her tune as the tides turned. Eventually, she unfollowed Robert on Twitter and released a video blaming him for backlash she had received, and claimed his call-out post on Ethan was stupid.
Okay, Tipster had absolutely nothing to do with any of that.
A lot of people said that
people would have to care what Tipster thought at that point.
I needlessly inserted myself into all of that drama that happened, and I wasn't planning on weighing in. None of this was my problem. But then my friend Tipster decided to call out Ethan Klein, and then when Ethan Klein responded, I was like, okay, I have 2 friends now who are getting put on blast by a really large content creator. I decided that I was going to get into the mud because I care about my friends. I don't want to see my friends getting attacked. That was a huge mistake. But sometimes you just gotta sit back. You don't always need to get directly in the mud.
In leaked messages with Tipster, somebody named Fembro encouraged him to stop associating with Keffals, showing him that on top of everything else, she had now been interacting with some of his most vocal detractors. Robert responded by saying, "Do you think I don't know about this? Are you stupid?" He then blocked Fembro. After cutting off the toxic commentary community, he replaced them with increasingly unhinged individuals. As part of his rebrand to be more inclusive, Robert began promoting a charity organization called Rainbow Passage. This was a bizarre project that sought to rehouse legal-aged queer people with volunteers over Discord. Upon seeing this, Boblax returned to the Tipsterverse to transvestigate. He found the organizers to be largely unqualified, and discovered volunteers of the charity doxing people.
Yeah, I would not trust anything like that. Come here, everybody who needs help and is running away and has something very interesting about themselves that we can document. Don't trust nothing like that. Keep safe, everybody.
In their official Discord server.
This douche, Dr. Blank's phone number. Beep, 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 beep. Feel free to be rude to him. This is a Rainbow Passage Discord server. We have Alice here, who is a volunteer right here. Volunteer.
Boblax continued to dig deeper into the organization, finding that their director of resettlement engaged in puppy play, as well as 9/11 roleplay. What the hell does that even mean? This sounds...
What the fuck is a 9/11 roleplay? Is it like this? Maybe it's the Remember Me movie.
like a joke, but it is unfortunately very real and very strange. After covering this on Boblack's stream, the director in question resigned and began angrily messaging people on Discord. With the charity now gone, Boblack set his sights back on Tipster.
Dude, why is every response to everything underwear lending service? Dude, why is Tipster only responding and talking about, like, trans people and their... What? Come on, bro. Stop, bros.
Seeing the Rainbow Passage fallout, multiple people reached out to Boblax with screenshots of embarrassing messages Robert had sent over Discord. The first set come directly from Keffals' Catboy Ranch server, which of course Tipster had joined. He can be seen expressing his desire to, quote, cage up other users of the server, as well as discussing HRT and the shape of his man boobs. He was spiraling down a very dark path that could only end with a lengthy Kiwi Farms thread and dozens of A-logs attempting to ruin his life. Toastify, a YouTuber who had covered Robert extensively, gave him some very blunt advice. Leave. This was something he did not take to heart. In fact, it was around this time he ended up blocking Rum simply for interacting with one of Toastify's videos. Just 8 days later, the community Tipster had been calling home would collapse in a catastrophic fashion. For the past several weeks, the YouTuber Mudahar had been working on an hour-long expose against Keffals. In the days leading up to its release, Robert attempted to get ahead of the narrative. He tried smearing the investigation as bad faith due to the creator of Kiwi Farms crediting much of the research to his site. When asked what Keffals had specifically done,
Tipster's probably used Kiwi Farms several fucking times for lolcow clips or any of that. Surely he did user content, because that's how it goes.
And Tipster replied, nothing. In reality, Keffals had raised over $100,000 on GoFundMe to cover the legal costs of suing her local police departments for discrimination after she was swatted. In actuality, she not only lied about the details of the swatting, but also spent the GoFundMe money on vacations, clothes, and abusing drugs.
As more and more shit started happening, I started doing cocaine at the start of 2023. 8 days into a cocaine bender, I found out that the coke that I was doing was cut with meth.
Keffals is such a piece of shit, and it can't be understated enough that it was shitty to the trans community as well, because they take things like that seriously. Easy to pull heartstrings, a lot of surgeries and stuff get paid for on there, and you got Keffals just saying, Keffals, who's had all of her surgeries, passes quite well, coming up in and saying, guys, I have a problem, give me all your money.
Release, the vast majority of videos on the Tipster YouTube channel were mysteriously privated. Upon the release of Muda's investigation, rather than responding to any of the very valid claims made, Robert's initial response was, congrats Muda, a literal Nazi retweeted you, showing that the creator of Stone Toss had reposted his video, even though Muda had nothing to do with what that person was doing. Soon after, somebody changed their username to a literal Nazi and reposted Tipster's tweet. Robert continued reposting scathing.
Who gives a fuck? Keffals was an internet terrorist.
critiques of Mudhar's video, such as the thumbnail making Keffals look too ugly, and went on to post, "When all the worst people on the internet are cheering you on, you really should start to question how virtuous your actions are." Around this time, more of Tipster's private messages began flooding the internet. In one conversation, somebody named Cherry can be seen pleading with Tipster to stop defending Keffals. When given a hypothetical situation where Keffals had violated somebody, Robert is for some reason still unable to disavow her. Along with these messages was a screenshot of a private Discord.
Such a shame he keeps hanging out with losers, though. Like, Tipster would be the #1 friend. Tipster will help you out of a bind. Tipster's loyal, but all trash.
Server hosted by Tipster and Keffals. The text channels included the names of various people who had wronged them, including Boblax and Turkey Tom. Within
Discord Death Note.
these channels were posts from a Discord bot named TweetShift that automatically archived their Twitter activity. It's unknown what the end goal was for this Discord server, but it was clear that Tipster had in fact not moved on from the commentary community. Another leaked DM shows Tipster discussing a dream he had on March 1st of that year. "I dreamt that I started taking HRT. Y'all are invading my dreams and trying to trans me. And no, I'm not kidding. That was a real dream I had." What an odd thing to say. Somebody named Maeve, who can be seen in several previous message leaks with Tipster as well as being a member of the private Discord, was outraged upon seeing those most recent leaks. While exposing the mole, she claimed that among the leaked convos were ones that outed Robert as pansexual, despite that part of the DMs never being published. In the process of trying to call out someone for outing Tipster, she actually outed Tipster herself. Following the Keffals debacle, Robert attempted to further distance himself from drama content by privating most of the remaining videos on his channel.
I'm essentially like a gaming streamer now. Like what you're watching me do right now, that's what I do now. Which I've been having so much more fun with, to be honest. I'm actually glad I made the switch. I understand I would get more viewership if I did that kind of content, but I'm not interested. I genuinely don't have any interest in that kind of content anymore.
On top of this, he was finally getting his health in check. Claiming to have previously lost 40 pounds before gaining even more than that back, he asserts that this time will be different.
Why is he? It's just him nutting! It's just him nutting! What? Dude, he's...
Who the fuck watched Boblax? So, I bet if I go back to Boblax's channel, there's probably gonna be like 600 views at most on his fucking former live streams, and one of them was Gamer from Mars fucking getting this. Hello, Dusty Apoco. I've actually been playing solitaire on another screen, and I'll have you know that I won 4 in a row. It's true.
Like me when I see a Clara DM. Oh! What's going on?
He eventually tried doing political content again, although those videos were struggling to surpass a few hundred views. For a while, it seemed as though Robert would fade into obscurity without putting up much of a fight. That was until Boblax re-entered the picture yet again, to hand him his first major win in a very long time. You see, ever since their fallout, Boblax had been covering mostly innocuous Tipster moments on his live stream. Dubbed bully streams, these were essentially 24/7 coverage of Robert playing Resident Evil while flirting with members of his chat.
Yeah, can I see it? Maybe with you naked. I want to see the haircut, but like without you having clothes on, but like...
You should post it in like I think
yeah.
a channel in my Discord called Pic Sharing or something like
yeah,
that.
share pics in the pic sharing chat Discord! Put it in the tips, what? What the bought him? You wanted to see it, what?
Sounds fucking terrible. Remember, every time I look at internet verses, thanks to yourself, this is better without Boblax.
Boblax showed a keen interest in Robert's behavior, likely because deep down they were more similar than he'd like to admit. Up until now, he had done a good job of keeping his own eccentric behavior behind the scenes. While Tipster would implode in public, Boblax would do the same in private messages with his friends. On July 21st, 2024, Boblax posted, "Non-binary people are badass and valid by the way." Turkey Tom replied to this post saying, "Thank God you chimed in." Boblax then went out of his way to
Now that's a funny name.
explain his tweet, which was ignored by Tom, who replied again saying, "Praise Skibbity or Parrot." This interaction was only scratching the surface when it came to unhinged messages Boblax had been sending people. He blamed these outbursts on borderline personality disorder, although he later claimed he likely didn't have BPD and was only convinced he did by a girl he was dating. In other words, he didn't have BPD. Eventually, many of these messages would leak,
In other words, this user, Boblax, is the attention seeker. This is fucking... Like, this is the great commentary community in their dialogue about their wonderful YouTube drama passions. Destiny is not cool. He is not my friend. I hate him. Tipster, I hate as a meme, is I hate Destiny. He is evil. He is not my friend, everyone, but you knows this.
resulting in the broader community turning on him. At his lowest point, for whatever reason, Boblax turned to Tipster, somebody he had been relentlessly bullying for the past year. After seeing Boblax had unblocked him, Robert posted a gif of rapper 50 Cent with the caption, "Bro unblocks me now? Really?" He then posted an update showing Boblax had blocked him again following his tweet. In the replies he wrote, "If he thought I was gonna welcome him back with open arms, he's delusional." This was all the permission he needed to go nuclear. While on the toilet, Tipster wrote, "I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just looking for confirmation of whether this was you or not. But since you want to run your mouth, I'll say my piece. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're getting a taste of your own medicine and you have no one to blame but yourself. You're such a pathetic coward that you deleted your non-binary people are valid tweet after you got a little bit of pushback for it. I've been getting shit on for over a year for my support of the trans community, and not once have I deleted a tweet about
allyship. What is it good for when it leads to this?
It or back down. Because unlike you, I have the balls to stand by my principles. And if that wasn't bad enough, you begged Alex Gekmo to delete a tweet because it hurt your feelings? There's a lot of valid criticism of me and how I mishandled things in the past, but not even I begged a random Twitter account to delete a tweet because it was too mean. You're a spineless coward. And let's not forget all the times you talked shit on streams, then DM'd me after about how you were just joking and didn't mean what you said. Well, now everyone sees who you really are. So stop pretending to be a bully because you're not a bully of anyone. You're just a who falls like a house of cards at the slightest criticism. Don't bother responding because I won't bother reading it. I took my L's, now it's time to take yours. Thank you.
So does this mean that this user hates all anime?
Bye. God damn. This was a shockingly apt and cathartic message coming from Tipster of all people.
We're not going to see eye to eye on everything. We're not going to agree on everything. But like, I can definitely look back at like some of the things that I've done in the past in hindsight and be like, yeah, I was really fucking dumb. And so like, I had to take my L's and just like own it. I don't know. It just seems like he has a really hard time just like owning shit. But yeah, I can't stick around. I got to get going. But like I said, regardless of our like differences or whatever, you know, it's whatever. All right, I'm going to head out. See you later, faggots.
Whoa! Wait, was he fake? Was he fake? Was he controlled?
In a post directed to Boblax, he wrote, "If you continue down this path, you're only going to end up with a dead channel and a dead career. Don't make the same mistakes I did." As more came out about Boblax, Robert continued to dunk on him. Eventually, the two agreed to chat on stream and air out their grievances, starting with Vaush.
All I alluded to was like the defending Vaush thing, which I still think was horrible, and you agree. So
oh
it's
yeah,
like,
I make yourself look like an idiot.
That's what I said.
I had a big problem of going out on a limb for people to like defend them and stuff like that when I probably shouldn't even got involved.
Boblax refused to concede anything.
So then you did feel backstabbed.
Yes.
So why didn't you tell me that when I asked you that in DMs?
Why would I tell you?
You see what people mean when they say that you do this like doublespeak thing, and you're not like fully honest with like how you feel or whatever, and you don't see how they can see that as dishonest. Yeah, I think we're done here.
While Tipster undoubtedly came out the victor of this back and forth, he had no intentions of returning to the commentary community or any of his old friends. Frankly, he seemed to be happy with his new life. If I knew how much people in queer communities loved fatties like me, I would have came out of the closet sooner. He even began posting on
I just worry about some of these communities sometimes, and that Tipster, I hope Tipster doesn't wind up in an alley missing a kidney, is all I'm saying.
On Blue Sky after changes were made to Twitter's block button, making it functionally inert. Soon after joining, he got right back into posting his usual content. Unfortunately, his detractors were quick to notice that his Blue Sky account had been almost instantly blocked by Keffels after he spam replied to all her posts. Despite this cringe posting on Blue Sky, in the eyes of most people, Tipster was continuing his redemption arc. Near the end of 2024, Rich from the once respected YouTube channel ReviewtechUSA was routinely spiraling.
Now we've heard of like artists formerly known as Prince. Just basically, so another fucking loser, no one's whose opinion doesn't matter, ReviewtechUSA.
Hi everyone, Becky Boop is an opportunistic who used to whore herself out on Craigslist to old men to make money.
As it turned out, Tipster and Becky had been good friends for several years now, and one of his female friends coming under fire could only mean one thing: she needed him to defend her. But hear me out, possibly for the first time in his entire career, Robert utterly crushed his opponent in a debate.
You were friends with Keffels, how'd that go?
I heard you on the other day on stream say that we're not friends anymore, and that's not true.
But how did that go for you? How'd that go for your reputation?
Can you explain to me where the grift is then? Because I literally like lost my career by standing by my principles, and I still haven't backed down.
You were literally—
Aren't you the one that's been in a lot of girls' DMs too, by the way? You're the one who brought up like sliding in people's DMs and shit. So I'm just saying, like, you don't belong in like you shouldn't be throwing stones in a glass house, bro. That's all I'm saying. The last time I was watching you have a meltdown on stream, I was sitting next to my wife while having dinner while watching you lose your mind. Good luck to you.
Pause 1 second.
Luck to you, Rich.
No.
But you look like a fucking clown.
You don't
Peace,
get
bitch.
to end. He just pulled a Phil.
There are many blunders online personalities have come back from over the years, but losing a debate to Tipster
Does ReviewtechUSA have any right to be talking shit on fucking Phil and this guy, Tipster? At least Tipster had principles in the end.
Is essentially career ruining. As for his claim of still being friends with Keffels, that would at least explain why he continued to defend her on Blue Sky and random Reddit threads.
Apparently, has Keffels blocked you on Blue Sky? Is that right?
Yeah.
Don't think Keffels has said much since the whole Xander Hall crash out thing. Is there like a kind of a fracturing kind of behind the scenes?
I'm not gonna, obviously share anything that's private or whatever, but like as far as like our relationship, like it's fine. She's kind of living her own life, offline for the most part. There's no like bad blood there or anything like that. Like we're still cool or whatever.
Robert too has grown tired of the internet. On December 6, 2024, he announced he would be leaving Twitter for the foreseeable future. This was in response to what he saw.
I thought he already did. I really don't see the difference. There's just less people getting canceled. I guess that's the only difference between old Twitter and new Twitter. It's still the same fucking rage bait, and now you get paid for it. Fucking, and then what does this make everybody? Tipster stands by his principles, though, as does Ethan Klein. They don't use Elon's fucking platform. Gross. They'll go to Blue Sky.
As an increase in bigotry and discrimination on the platform. Just like his previous breaks from Twitter, this was over just as soon as it started. The allure of blog posting various life updates was just too strong to ignore. With his continued use of Twitter, Bo Black's returned to antagonize Robert once again. Their back and forth went on for several days, ultimately culminating in Tipster dedicating a segment on stream to discuss their beef. While little to no new information came to light during the stream, Robert did a good job of summarizing how he ended up in this position.
I can look at this in hindsight. I could take the L and say, I defended some things that I didn't need to defend. I inserted myself into some situations that I didn't need to insert myself into, which anybody who knows my history knows that was a bad habit of me. If I liked someone because they were a creator I enjoyed, or because they were a friend of mine or something like that, I always had a bad habit of inserting myself into situations that I didn't need to insert myself into. I basically lost my career as a content creator. I lost my audience. I lost a lot of friends over this shit. Like, I made an ass of myself, and I can own it.
This new sober perspective on his past failures was slowly buying back the little respect he once had. Unfortunately, just one day later, tragic news would strike the Tipster fandom, as he would make a post on his community page. I've always said that the day YouTube was no longer fun for me would be the day I'd retire. I believe that day has finally come. The YouTube landscape has changed drastically since I started. Many of the aspects that initially drew me to the platform and its community are no longer present. I've come to realize that it's time for me to move on and leave on somewhat of a high note, on my own terms. In many ways, this was understandable. YouTube is completely unrecognizable compared to 2006 when Robert first joined the platform. Given that reality, can you blame Robert for wanting to leave? While he had stopped posting on YouTube, he continued keeping his fans updated on Blue Sky. You would think by cutting off the source of all his anguish, Tipster's life would have improved, yet somehow it seems to have gotten worse. In one update he posted, "A friend today told me they look up to me. Why? What is there to look up to? I'm a failure in every way possible." Even if you're someone who despises Tipster, you have to admit this black and white sort of thinking isn't an accurate reflection of reality or productive in any way. He does have a decent job and a wife who seems fine with his online shenanigans. Less than 2 months after announcing his retirement, Tipster returned to YouTube yet again.
I actually thought he wouldn't. What the fuck? Shame on me.
I feel like this script is getting repetitive. Even users of Kiwi Farms only occasionally return to his thread to remind readers that he is indeed still overweight. It would be an understatement to say Tipster needed to make a change. A transition, if you will. On December 29th, Robert posted to Twitter, "New Year, New Me," with a transgender flag attached. In the replies, he clarified that he was coming out as non-binary. Along with this, he changed his name.
So brave! Brave!
Name on all platforms to "Hey, it's TippyXO." This rebrand included a new Gothic-inspired logo. Over the next few months, he would post about getting his ears pierced, painting his nails, and wearing makeup. In his own words, when referring to his past message leaks, "Little did I know..."
Remember when you could just do these things and be goth and didn't need to be non-binary?
I wanted to be the goth chick. To celebrate this transformation, he once again wiped his YouTube channel. He often claims that people making jokes at his expense are obsessed with his marriage. But you shouldn't spend the better part of a decade flirting with random women online and venting to them about your wife if you expect any other outcome. Most recently, in his Discord server, the domain of the goth mommies, we can see that Robert's mental health has once again declined. As of writing, Tipster is 39 years old and seemingly still spends most of his days trauma dumping to people half his age over Discord. This is not behavior that's conducive to success or personal growth. Fortunately for Robert, he has fallen so far from the spotlight that he would have to do something truly insane for anyone to bother documenting it going forward.
So is this the definitive Tipster documentary then, Gamer from Mars?
After spending the majority of his adult life online, he has little to show for it. While other lolcows will likely have every moment tracked for the rest of their lives, Robert can quietly fade into obscurity playing Resident Evil.
Women.
The most annoying passenger messes around and finds out on a airplane. We got Carmelo Anthony. Why tons of games are terrible by Think Before You Sleep. But... Like, I want to do something really fun that I don't have to explain a lot of autism math to. Do y'all know the story of Bohepans? I am, here's this guy's Guy account. You totally know that he was in a Metokur stream. This poor Guy account, since 2004. Hasn't logged in since 2015, though, unfortunately. Insufferable F-slur. What's good, bitch? Can't hide forever, bitch. Yeah. I wanted to find a raw version of this so I could do my own reaction, but nah, Mister Metokur is the fucking gatekeeper of this magic gym. You'll find out.
I do not want to listen to an autistic man quote Final Fantasy about online friendship. It's spectacular. This audio is other fucking worldly. It's just that good. And so I watched it when it was linked to me, and I laughed because I remember how incredible it was, and decided, fuck it, I'm going to do a stream. We're going to do a listen along as Bohepans and his friends talk about this. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you know, it's interesting. As time changes on the internet, we come up with new labels for people. You hear shit like MRA, Incel, Brony, all of these different things, all these little subgroups, and we have an idea of the character that belongs in those subgroups. But this is old internet. Well, not really old internet, but for the majority of you, probably old internet. Like 2010, 2009. Before all those fucking groups really were prevalent. This isn't the current internet. But I think you're going to be shocked by how many of those character traits present themselves.
I hope he's building it up. I'm excited. This is the best.
Really, I thought this audio was...
Seriously, it's just going to be for fun and relaxing and has a lot to do with people not taking accountability.
The Tale of Bohepans the Third.
Strap in if you haven't heard this classic.
Anyone who is less than understanding about this, we can just simply block them and be done with it.
Right. Okay. Hello everyone, this is a rather change of pace. This is not a random com, even it's something else.
We'll probably have the logo up for this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Brent, I hear something bad happened to you recently.
This afternoon, yes.
Okay.
Something terrible's happened to someone. Yeah, it's new to you. This is from back in the day, but as long as it's new to somebody.
It's very emotional. You don't understand. My family said things that are very upsetting to me. Oh, I'm excited. It goes from 0 to crazy pretty quick, so buckle up.
Alright, so I spent the weekend at my mother's house. She lives like an hour away. It was fine. My grandmother offered to take me home. Sure. Halfway there, she decides to launch into a lecture. And goddamn, did that hurt. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this out, I promise. Just...
Okay.
First thing she made very clear is that I'm a quitter and a fucking loser. And apparently
You see why this is great. Just, Metokur touched on it a little when I was skipping around. This person uploaded this to the internet themselves. They thought it would be important.
From a family of fucking quitters and losers. Excuse the fuck out of me! Where did you come from saying that? I know she's my grandmother, but god damn, you'd think she would.
Oh, fuck you, Grandma! What are you doing?
Apparently she thinks I did okay in elementary school, but I just gave up in high school and college. She acknowledges that I was bullied, but that was no damn excuse, apparently.
I was bullied, and I still say it's no damn excuse. High school's over. Social contract is they can't bully you anymore.
Yeah, nice forgetting the fact that she pulled me. She and my mother agreed to pull me out of high school there because of the bullying being too much, and shove me right into college. I'm sorry, I think I was a little young and just wasn't ready for it. But sure, go ahead and blame me. Why the fuck not?
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine our little Let's Player, our little Bohepans, gets bullied so fucking hard he has to get pulled out of school? pulled out of school, sent to college, and now here he is at the young age of 25 years old, screaming about his grandma on the internet with 2 other autistic retards.
Alright. Which led to her saying that apparently I'm pretty smart, but I'm too lazy and worthless to capitalize on that. That I did not live at all up to any kind of...
They literally told me that in kindergarten. School. That's a different story.
Potential that I have. And that anytime there was the slightest challenge in life that's slightly difficult, I would just run away. What the hell? What have I ever done? I'm not saying I'm the bravest person, but goddamn, I'm not a fucking coward.
No one ever said you were.
Well, actually, yeah, they did. His grandmother said he was a fucking coward. She also said he was lazy. And apparently, I'm guessing those bullies in high school had similar insight into his psyche. Everybody thinks Bohepans a giant vagina, but it's his 80-year-old grandmother that broke him like a fucking twig over her knee.
I'm gonna reserve my insults for the end of this.
No, I would appreciate that if you.
This person is so fucking enraged by the story that they heard about someone getting called worthless and lazy. They're saving it for later, though. This is the worst fascism they've ever heard on the internet. And this was like from 2012.
Say something to say, by all means, I'd just like to get through all of it first and then go right ahead.
Okay.
She also decided to lay into my mother, which that's pretty fucking priceless. She said my mother was selfish and would dump me off to other people any chance she would get, be it family or friends or whatever. Yeah, that sounds about right. Plenty of mother issues here. Not that really made much difference while growing up. The family, and especially my mother, would either shove food in my mouth or stick me in front of the TV to shut me up and leave him alone. Yeah.
Okay, so now that he's overweight and watched too many cartoons, and that's 1000% his mother's fault. Because I guess he didn't watch Barney and didn't have an imagination, find anything else the fuck to do.
That's great family attention right there.
This is so fucking emotional, Mommy. Mommy made me go play outside and I eat for Grandma.
You're gonna blame me for trailing this when you admit that's what you did with me. You're gonna blame me for this? Honestly, what child controls that? Honestly.
It's called neglect.
This is so good.
Is ready to laugh and pause at the same time.
Good.
My mother would joke.
Remember, guys, next time we be watching any EWUs, any body cams where dead children are being pulled out of the freezer, or they've been strangled with a dog collar or some shit, you remember this fucking call and that you heard about real abuse.
About this, but I'm damn serious. I would give a shrink a field day.
Barney Dest would fucking call all these people retarded and losers if he were in this call.
We would spend 12 months solid before we could just getting everything off just before we could start making progress. That's how long it would take to go for 25 years of this bullshit. And apparently, it was a great time. Apparently, it was a great time, according to my grandmother, to tell me that my mother would sometimes steal money from her.
Mother's a fucking thief. Mother's a thief and the son's a coward. I'm already getting a good idea of the family dynamic going on here. I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of this call.
Great. My mother was a thief when I was really young, or before I was born, or whatever. That's great. That's fucking wonderful. And apparently, my grandfather, he passed away some years ago, and I didn't even get to go to his funeral, but that's a whole nother rant for another time. Apparently, he was supposedly lazy and worthless as well. Sure.
Yeah, I cannot believe this elderly woman, your grandmother, has fucking had the fucking straw on the camel's back finally break and is venting about how fucking shit this family is. And it's all about you.
Or thanks. Let's speak ill of the dead, especially some of the decent fucking...
Wow, this family sounds like a bunch of winners, doesn't it, chat? I want to, again, remind you, They willingly put this up onto the internet. They listened to this and thought, should I put up a video where I have a breakdown and tell everybody that my mother's a fucking thief and that I'm a lazy coward and my grandfather, my dead grandfather, is a lazy fucking coward too? Would that be good for my Let's Play career? You know what? I think it would. Let me hit the publish button.
So apparently, by genetic lottery and fate, I'm just destined to be a fucking loser because my whole family.
Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy. The second you started this call and recording it,
is a bunch of fucking quitters and losers. It's very encouraging. It's very fucking encouraging. Yeah, clearly nobody encouraged me growing up, and it still hasn't changed 25 years later. A whole lot of fucking good that's doing. And she also... I hate to speak ill of family, but dumb bitch wants to tell me that I should have had 2 or 3 girlfriends by now and that online doesn't count.
Now that's a funny meme.
I wish his grandmother's probably dead by now. It's been 10 years. But if I could find his grandmother, I would send her a bouquet of roses. Not only during this emotional car ride did she call him basically a bitch, she also said stop erotic role-playing with grown men on the internet and get some real pussy in real life. You are a disappointment to our lineage.
Fuck!
Why, they're all bums and thieves.
Would she know then about love? What the fuck would she know? This arrogant being, she would be. It's not her fault. God damn it. And it's not...
Oh, I didn't add those sound effects, by the way. I'm going to back that up just a second. That's him beating himself. He took a belt out and he beat himself with it. Let me replay that as he sobs about Grandma telling him to get some pussy.
That I should have had 2 or 3 girlfriends by now and that online doesn't count. Fuck would she know then about love? What the fuck would she know? This arrogant being, she would be. It's not her fault. God damn it. And it's not... I would hope it's not my fault either that I can't yet be with Sarah. So she's the fuck out of us. There's a...
Sarah's the Canadian girlfriend, I'm pretty sure.
Country. There's a country border between us, alright?
He's got a real girlfriend, guys. An international online girlfriend. We know how real those are, don't we? I'm not a loser. I'm dating a chick from the fucking Middle East. It's just impossible for her to fly out, Grandma. Really, we're deeply in love. It's a real human being I'm talking to. No, I've never seen a picture of her. I've never heard her voice. But I'm telling you, if that ocean wasn't in between us, we'd be fucking in your car right now.
Not that my grandmother would even believe it's real anyway. To be honest.
You know how, like, a Shoe on Head had a video and people always say it? Women making videos to complain about men, but they're just posting their own L's. It's pretty much about how obnoxious and horrible going on a date with them would be. That they're like the loser. OP is actually the villain, you know? When it comes to women posting their own L's, this is the original sin, though. We don't have to talk about men because this is like took the sin off everybody all into one.
And she also thinks that I should, by now, not just have had a couple of girlfriends, also this nice group of friends around me, that online doesn't count because everybody on the internet apparently is fake and a liar, some 35, 40-year-old pedophile looking for his next victim. Hold it!
Guys, let's please, his fucking grandmother's just speaking motherfucking facts. And then bro just, when people are talking about how pedophiles can be on the internet, bro just came in here objection fucking style. Phoenix motherfucking right.
Friends around me, that online doesn't count because everybody on the internet apparently is fake and a liar, some 35, 40-year-old pedophile looking for his next victim. Hold it! I mean, fuck.
I'm sorry, but I have to declare objection on that, because clearly she does not realize that no matter how far away people are, that people can still be friends even if they're thousands of miles away or even dozens of miles away. It doesn't even matter whether it's online or not. If they actually develop.
Spoiler alert: these people all become. Because this is early. This is like 2010. Before 2010. All these people are gonna become bronies. Can you believe it?
A rapport between each other.
Friendship is fucking magic. Like I said, if only there'd been an episode about not grooming the children.
If they actually learn to trust each other, they can be friends, whether or not they can actually see their face.
And believe me, I would be happy for my online friends to be physically close to me. That would be awesome, but that life circumstances won't allow that. That's
I
not
would
my
love
fault,
to
it's their
get in.
fault.
I would love to get in this hag's face and shut her down.
Thought he was gonna say, "I'd love to get in there, into you." Oof.
I want to beat your grandmother up. Tell me your address, Bohepans. I'm going to beat your grandmother's ass. How dare she say that you are a loser who needs to get some pussy and socialize? Bitch is going down.
Like the malfunctioning machine that she is.
And my grandmother is a lot more caring than yours. She actually understands that I have friends out there who I can't be with because they're so far away.
The amazing thing is, I swear that 10, 15 years ago, she was actually decent to me. When my mother would...
This is the perfect group of friends, because I do get the vibe, though, dare I say, that this person is probably like cries on Skype every other day about the worst thing ever in their fucking lives. I'd be annoyed with this person.
Run off to who the fuck knows where.
Yeah, that's really remarkable, isn't it? Your grandmother was decent to you 15 years ago. You're 25 years old. You were 10 years old at the time. All grandmothers are nice to 10-year-olds. But do you know what changes? After puberty, and after college in your case, when you're a fully grown fucking adult man, living in your grandmother's basement. That's what changed, Bohepans. That's why your grandmother isn't baking you cookies and muffins and cupcakes. She wants you to get the fuck out of her house. She wants you to get a goddamn life.
At least she would sometimes be there for me. I don't know what the hell happened in the last decade, but she's gone now. She's gone, just like the rest of this family.
I want to say perhaps mental illness, undocumented.
It would explain my mother, whatever. But and I wouldn't doubt, this is just me speculating, but I wouldn't doubt I have some form of depression. But not like I'm ever going to see a shrink. The family doesn't give a shit. Sure, my mother can get a shrink, but not me. I'm not good enough for that. I'm not good enough to acknowledge.
He's an adult. He could go, not to be a Caleb Hammer, but like, look shit up, bro.
That I exist.
Oh wait, you don't really want to change, you just want to fucking complain and hope someone pity bails you out.
Until a random weekend they just occasionally decide to come around. They've even told me, a family even told me in the past they would make plans and conveniently forget about me. After it's like, oh wait, we didn't invite Brandon on these.
They Macaulay Culkin'd him. His family hated him so much when they would plan a trip to Disney World, they would conveniently forget that he existed. They would get the plane tickets, book the hotels, get to another state to go enjoy Mickey Mouse. And then somebody would say in the group, hey, why doesn't it smell like ball sacks and nachos anymore? Oh shit, we left Bohepans at home. Quick, somebody get him a bus ticket.
The best version of Home Alone, but fucking... Dude, actually, Macaulay Culkin did a fucking reboot of Home Alone, not like a cute cameo, but that's the premise. He's still like he's in his 30s and 40s, living at home, and it's like, we left Kevin alone, thank fucking God, I'm sick of him. Get the fuck out of our house, you nerd.
Oh well, who fucking cares?
And like the family put a hit out on him, and then it becomes like an Expendables movie.
What kind of fucking family is this?
It's a family that you shouldn't even be with anymore.
Worm your way into someone's... Go on.
I like the Freudian slip he had there. worm your way. Not go find another family or another group of friends or some supportive mechanism to help you get over your shit. Worm your way in there, Bohepans. You fucking living virus.
And they think I'm joking when I occasionally bring up that sometimes I wonder if I was either adopted or switched at birth. No, sometimes I really have to wonder because I'm like, how am I anything like these people? Honestly. And then she decided to get personal. Apparently, not only am I ugly, I'm fucking overweight and shouldn't be, and she wants to blame half that on my mother as well, even though it really doesn't mean anything because she'll lay into me.
His fucking grandma, she didn't know, she didn't just say he's fucking lazy and stupid. She also said that he was fucking ugly and fat. Oh, I would have paid money to be on that car ride. You fat, smelly loser. Get a fucking job.
Me for it too. Do you honestly think I chose to be like this?
It's hard. I gotta say, Brent, I really do sympathize with you on this because I'm pretty much the same way. I mean, I'm overweight as well, and yet
What?
I don't have to say anything. Metokur's gonna say it. That guy didn't have to say anything.
What a shock.
Family, they don't care. They like me the way I am. They don't want to treat me like I'm some sort of automaton.
It's like what came up in childhood was all lies. Now there's all varieties of people, shapes, sizes, whatever. No, apparently that was all lies. Apparently if you're not perfect, you're fucking nothing. That's ridiculous.
Yep, school idea.
And ironically, that's how I feel sometimes when I'm at my job. Sometimes I feel I'm too rigid. I need to follow the rules. But nowadays, I'm like, man, if I go back to the way I am, they're just gonna be massively disappointed. And this is why I can't.
There is somebody out there who's working and learning the social rules and wanting to fit in and not wanting to, basically speed running adulthood a little bit. But, things are a bit different for different people. You can't expect everyone to snap right into it. It would surprise me over and over and over again, just working a grocery store job, right? How, we would keep getting employees who acted like the concept of having to do work on the clock when you're getting paid to be there is fucking insane. It's like slavery. Some people don't know, but it sounds like this guy's been working on it. He's better than this group.
And seem to find that gray area.
With some idiots, there is no gray.
I mean, yeah, with me, it's pretty much black and white thinking.
And of course, as always, the job issue came up. It's like...
Have you all ever actually heard anybody go off? Fucking mask off? Even in this political fucking landscape, let's stop acting like 2016 was any fucking different. But just mask off. I believe in white and black thinking. No nuance.
Yeah, I wanted to go the last 2.5 years of that job. I wanted to have fucking starved by now. As soon as my roommate was gone, I was down to $25 a week for groceries, and that is it. Which, honestly, it may not sound that bad, but it's pretty fucking bad. Alright, I'm not starving or dying here, but it's pretty tight.
I'm not gonna repeat myself, but I came up with an amazing tuna casserole recipe that this guy would have loved, and it cost less than $8 to make servings of 6.
So honestly, they think I like that for some reason. Fuck is wrong with these people? They think I don't want a job. They think I just refuse to stay in this house 24/7. I refuse to go outside.
They don't realize the economy is a crapshoot at best.
Move. You know what? I was a fucking moron and went to college instead during the 2008 recession. And where, no one was hiring. But you know what? Fine. I'll find inspiration in Tonto, because he's from my land, and he's from a place where jobs are even worse during recession time. Recessionville, Indiana, they call it. I kind of really do respect that he just fucking said, no jobs. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to Occupy Wall Street. And, got all the stupid politics shit out of the way.
Right now.
And what you need to realize, Grandma, is that it's really hard to get a job when you're too fat to walk out the front door. I wanted to work at Quick Mart. I wanted to work at 7-Eleven. But my man tits prevent me from walking through the door frame. Grandma, the economy is bad.
Yeah, I mean, the last job I had was a temp job that apparently, as far as I can tell, was canceled early.
They didn't want you.
And I have no idea why. The only things I can think of is there was no more money left for the budget.
And what's really great is the last 3 jobs I had, my grandma going on about me being a quitter, I didn't quit those 3. Alright, before that, I admit I was young and kind of stupid and flaked out a little. The last 3 jobs, I grew up, and I dedicated to them. They fired me. I didn't quit. They got...
Okay, now I would buy it if he never worked ever, but yeah. This is not good ratio.
rid of me. And honestly, that's all debatable, but at the very least, I'll certainly not a quitter on that. Just give me shit.
And take time off from fucking working. I enjoy it. It's just the fucking employees and the customers that are the goddamn problems. That's why I started playing Grocery Store Simulator to work out my shit. And guess what? My grocery store and Grocery Store Simulator makes profit, and all the sales items are in the right fucking spot. Because I would have been great at it, but no one wanted me to. I actually have, like, work ethic turned up to 9,000%. No one wants to work with me.
Shit about that, I don't fucking think so.
The truth is, she doesn't really know you.
Of course they don't. They don't even try. Like I said, they barely acknowledge my existence most
Crap,
of the
hold on,
time.
grab back. Someone's knocking at my door.
Pizza delivery, I'm sure.
Go on, man. I'm here.
And apparently that wasn't enough for her either. Apparently when I grow up, because apparently I haven't yet, I'm apparently going to be a horrible father that's going to teach my children to be the same way as the rest of my family. A bunch of fucking losers, quitters, and failures.
I wouldn't worry about that. Judging by the sound of the voices in this call, and the descriptions of their physical appearance as well as their mental states, I don't think you're going to have to worry about being a dad or raising children anytime soon. Unless you find a...
You'd like to hope. You would like to hope. You would like to fucking hope.
They're alleging that you murdered one Mary Welch. That is a charge called homicide felony murder. It is life without parole. It requires a DNA sample to be taken upon arrest, which is often like a cotton swab or in the inside of your cheek. The second offense that you're both charged with is called child abuse in the first degree, where they're alleging you knowingly or intentionally caused serious physical harm to a child.
I'll say, guys, I'm a little surprised at felony murder. I thought maybe, reckless endangerment, child endangerment, something like that. That's the arrest.
In this day and age.
blind hooker, who's also a paraplegic so she can't crawl away. She might use her teeth. I don't know, put some sugar on the floor and rot them out so she can't escape. But aside from that, I don't think you're going to have to worry about raising anybody.
Who the fuck does she think she is? She gonna tell me how I'm gonna raise my children?
That don't exist, weirdo.
The fuck? Fuck would she know?
Exactly.
Oh, fuck. This is supposed to be my family? These people!
I mean, I can understand tough love, but this is just insane.
This is... There are...
Bro, you can understand tough love. Tough love is the actual fucking parents that kick their kids out on the fucking 18th birthday or don't bail them out of jail. That's tough love. This...
Few times I would ever be sorely tempted to break my personal code of not belting out swear words right and left. I want to cuss this woman out.
Oh golly gee gosh, Bohepans. I'm
gonna say fiddlesticks.
super angry. I'm very peeved right now. If I were to meet your grandmother, I might say frick. I might actually say frick to her, Bohepans. But I'm gonna hold true to my personal ethics.
I really do.
what they say is right. You can't choose your own family, because goddamn, I wouldn't have picked these people. And I'm sure they wouldn't have picked me either, so I guess that makes it about even. Especially love how she brings up that part of this is the fault of me being an only child, as if I had some control over that.
It's not your
As if I had some control over the fact that the idiot my mother married when I was 7 had siblings with kids that fucking tormented me. I hated my cousins.
Wait a second.
Yeah, Metokur can figure this the fuck out. This, like, I grew up close with cousins and shit. Playing, you know, like, fucking, so you can get brothers, sisters, who's, like, mixed up when you're talking this fast, I guess. But nah, this is confusing. The guy your mom married, and maybe you call them cousins instead of half-siblings? I don't know.
Wait a second. My father had children with siblings that tormented me. My father had children with siblings that tormented me. I don't know if you caught that. I just want to make sure we all heard that correctly. Let me reverse the tape a little bit on this one. I think we're getting a better understanding of where the ugliness and stupidity come from.
And I'm sure they wouldn't have picked me either, so I guess that makes it about even. Especially love how she brings up that part of this is the fault of me being an only child, as if I had some control over that.
It's not your
As if I had some control over the fact that the idiot my mother married when I was 7 had siblings with kids that fucking tormented me. I hated my cousins. But no, mother would force me to spend time with him anyway. I was fucking trapped. What the hell do they want from me?
It's even better. Dad didn't fuck siblings to get kids. Dad was fucking kids to birth siblings? I'm not sure what fucked up level of incest we're on. We might have to bring Destiny in to have him explain this to me. But there's some crazy
I don't even know if Destiny could fucking... degeneracy or not could explain this fucking thing. I think maybe it's like half-siblings, step-siblings, and just say cousins instead. I don't know.
shit going on with the family dynamics. How could they blame me? I'm an only child. Maybe after they saw your result? Maybe after she popped you out in that emergency?
Guys, I did it! I put my Lego set together. All the pieces, brick by fucking brick, I put this set together, and I paid $0. Should I animate some pollens or some glowies on it, though? I don't know.
Room, she looked down and she was like, this has been a mistake. We can't do this again.
And you are literally surrounded by peers that spend 24/7 telling you you are worthless. What are you supposed to think? No wonder I have no goddamn self-esteem. No one ever told me otherwise. Not even my own family.
I think it goes without saying that you desperately need to get away from them, as far away from them as possible.
I just wish to God they didn't have me so financially trapped. I have literally, I have nothing. I have no means of getting out of here. I would have years ago if I could have. It's like, goddamn, it's an elaborate trap, and I'm stuck in it.
Yeah, we're only 15 minutes into this. It's 41 minutes in total. 41 minutes of what you're hearing right now. When I first came across this, I knew it was gold. Like, you can't come across something like this and be like, nah, I'm not really interested. Had like, I think maybe 30 views on it. And it was a magical moment. It's kind of...
Everybody remember, Metokur is the fucking champion of finding these fucking one view. He's not scared to click on any video. He's interested in the human condition, always has been. He found Bathtub fucking Ross because he wanted to see what's up with this stream that has 3 viewers.
Kind of like stumbling across Ross right on that live stream when there are like 3 people watching when he said he looked at kids in bathtubs. You get that feeling sometimes when you hear a little bit of audio and you're like, there's something here. 14 minutes in. And it's just been pure gold the whole way through.
All I can tell you at this point is wait for them to die one by one. Get what...
Let's go back. I love this. This delivery from this dweeby fucking loser is always stuck with me since I first heard this.
Whatever inheritance they're stupid enough to give you, and
run.
Yes.
Run where they're dead now. So yeah, so be a loser, leech off of them in fucking perpetuity until you get an inheritance out of default and run away.
All I can tell you at this point is wait for them to die one by one. Get whatever.
Wait for them to die one by one.
Whatever inheritance they're stupid enough to give you, and
run.
Yes.
As soon as I have any kind of money whatsoever, that's why I've been planning to do just run. Just get the hell out of here and never look back. They will not know where I'm going.
Find her and
don't kill her. Just don't.
Just, chat, just don't. Okay, listen. When you find the bitch, don't kill her. You invite me over and I'm gonna tell her, doodly-doo frickin' A. But just don't murder her. Okay, just don't do it.
Oh, wait.
Big old hug. Live with her.
Oh, Sarah, sorry.
That's the one, Sarah. I'm terribly sorry. Random my queen, forgive me.
It's okay, I don't think she's gonna kill you. As long as she's like, who the hell is Rachel? I'm like, honey, I don't know, I swear. But, yeah, and this is...
So cute, he's still acting like he's a girlfriend.
Even better apparently. My grandmother just retired recently. She's trying to move back into town. And she said as soon as she moves in, she's gonna start watching me really close. That's wonderful. Not only do they ignore me, and some at the same time give me no independence, now they're gonna be staying over my shoulder like big sister or something. Fuck. They wanna give me... They just don't make any sense. They contradict each other right left down the goddamn center. You know, I'm anticipating people watch this. Not everyone, mind you. I know that there's still good people out there, but I'm anticipating some people on the internet going, "Oh, boo-hoo, shut the fuck up and get over it." You're not here. You don't know this. 25 and a half years of this. You have a fucking clue, and you'll never know. Thank God on your knees. You will never know.
And if anyone has the audacity...
Yeah, I remember when Jesus Christ was crucified on that cross? You know how fucking terrible? Y'all know Mark Grayson from Invincible? Oh, let's not even touch on that. You know people who, like, fucking suffer from drug addicts and fucking impoverished parents and fucking, you know, being left in the dryer and shit, being scooped up by pelicans? You don't know how hard this guy's fucking had it. His grandmother insulted him today.
To troll this rant.
Oh, I had the audacity. I had the audacity at the time.
1, you are not a human being. 2, we are going to block you. 3, I think Glide knows a few hackers. Has Glide mentioned knowing hackers? Because I think she does. We'll make sure things are very bad for you.
Mm-hmm. My friend, her name is Glide. She knows a couple of super hackers, and skididdly-doo.
Make sure we might be a bit lax when it comes to stuff like this, but no, not today.
And to top pretty much the whole thing off, she apparently expects that I will not live past the age of 50 because I'm so unhealthy. That I will not get past that age, and she probably even thinks that by then...
Really does sound like he was just getting real talk today.
Then I'll still be alone. God damn it. God damn it. Just thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, lady. I need all the encouragement I get to survive life. Fuck.
Can you kind of hear the energy getting sucked out of the call at this point? Like, he's been going on for 18 minutes now. And I think even at this point, his 2 autistic friends are like, God, is he ever going to shut the fuck up? We get it. You're upset. Stop talking so much. You talk too much. This retard should do his grandma a solid by jumping in front of a train so she'll never have to hear his fat, whiny, milk-curdling voice ever again. We last left off with Bohepans crying like a bitch. Shocking, I know.
Does this just not matter? What I've done, what I've felt, what I've seen, what I've experienced, it doesn't add up to a lot, but is it really that meaningless? Am I fucking meaningless? Is that what she's trying to tell me?
Well, I mean, brah, life's kinda meaningless. We're all kinds of just bags of chemicals floating together, don't you know?
Is this the life justice gives everyone? And the whole time she was talking about this shit, I couldn't look anywhere near her. I looked out the window because I couldn't look anywhere near her because...
He ran away. Did he say slip out the window or look out the window? I want to make sure I heard that right.
And the whole time she was talking about this shit, I couldn't look anywhere near her. I looked out the window because I couldn't look.
I swear to God, he said slipped out the window. I'm picturing a really obese fucking loser getting yelled at in a car by his grandmother, and he's such a pussy. He slips out the window. He jumps out the window on the highway because grandmother said to get a job and a girlfriend.
Can you imagine someone jumping out of a fucking car just to kill themselves because there's no hope after this?
Near her because I was pissed. I was depressed. I was fucking ashamed. She made me feel ashamed to exist.
Yeah, that's what shame is. It's good and healthy sometimes.
There. If I ever meet this woman, I'm going to drink a ton of milk and then hawk a gigantic loogie right in the middle of her face.
I'm gonna money shot your grandmother, Bohepans. When I meet your grandmother, I'm gonna say that I think this is frickin' wrong. And I'm gonna money shot her right on her sagging 70-year-old tits. I'm gonna drink a bunch of milk and just unload on grandma. Right all over Meemaw's face.
I wouldn't go that far, but I will tell her, leave him alone. You have no idea what he's going through.
You have no idea what it's like to fucking pay the goddamn rent up in that bitch.
And then we get to town, the first thing she says is, you know, I really shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna get you a burger. I really shouldn't, because, you know, you're pretty big, but hey, I'll get you one anyway, because I'm feeling nice.
Here you go, you fat tub of shit. You just cried in the car ride for the last 40 minutes. Shove some McDonald's down your fucking gullet. I can't listen to the sound of you mooing anymore. Here's some food. Occupy your whining hole with this.
Fuck you! The fuck with you!
I bet he ate the burger, though. Do you think he was like, no, I'll have a salad?
Pour salt all over the goddamn wound. Why fucking not? I'm fucking hungry anyway. I get home and I feel sicker than hell.
You
I
done?
hate this family. I hate this family. I shouldn't, and it's not fair, but they're not fair to me, and I don't want to love these people anymore. I just want to hate them. I can't bring myself entirely to it. Not even my mother, and she deserves it the most. She deserves I hate the most, and I can't do it. Yes, I'll rage and scream at these people, but I can't. Let go.
Again, as just a reminder in case anybody just joined us, this is a 25-year-old man on the internet sobbing uncontrollably because his grandmother told him to get off his lazy ass and then shoved a hamburger down his throat.
Okay, I think you've said your piece.
Yeah, they're done with this. Like you said, I have a feeling this is the selfish bad friend, though, actually, even though all these people are assholes.
I have no words.
No.
Nothing I would be willing to say would cover the audacity, the absolute insanity, the...
It's no wonder I'm a depressed, emotional fucking wreck. These people made me this monster that they seem to think that I am. They think I'm a monster. They made it, not me!
It even has the aspy heavy breathing. I love it. Just the high, shrill, nasally voices, the deep, fucking heavy breathing directly into the microphone. Ah, it's like a time capsule.
Thank God that I have Sarah, otherwise I would either be dead.
Yeah, thank God I have Sarah, my Canadian girlfriend. Unlike you fucking losers who listen to me cry.
Or shelled by now, I wouldn't be human anymore. I'd just be the zombie. I'd be fucking zombie.
You've also got us, man.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying friends are good, yes, but if I didn't have someone to love me the way this family has refused to, I would be gone.
True. I mean, even though I don't have a girlfriend, but I'm not being depressed about it.
Is that a dig, do you think? I don't know. But it's, again, shocking. Oh, I don't have a girl. I'll spit in your grandmother's face, but for some reason women won't love me. I can't put two and two together. Doesn't compute over here, diddly-do.
Because I know that at least my family actually cares.
And I'm glad for that. I'm glad you folks have families that love you. Thank God, because I wouldn't wish this on the worst person I've ever encountered.
I sure hope Hitler's family loved him, cause even the most evilest, I'm not talking Asmongold, I'm talking Jim Jones, doesn't deserve to have their grandmother call them fat and buy them a burger.
Out of my life, I wouldn't wish it on them. This.
Right. Okay.
And you know, it's fitting that I feel the urge to make a reference. Right?
Okay, I think out of everything in this call, this is my favorite line, and I'm going to back it up just a little bit. It's the thought, right? When you hear this audio, I want you to visualize a morbidly obese man sitting in his basement, a grown adult that weighs probably 400 pounds, sobbing uncontrollably, fat, ugly, stupid, lazy, smelly, old, fucking retard, sitting in his basement. And he actually says this. He actually fucking says this to another person, and it's not satire, it's not a joke, he fucking means it.
And you know, it's fitting that I feel the urge to make a reference right here. I can't help but forgive me. In Final Fantasy IX, it was said, to be forgotten is worse
Like the lamest fucking one. Are you serious?
than death. I believe to be unloved is worse than death. Thank God I have Sarah.
And I just like to quote Final Fantasy VII, Ren 13.
No, 9. Fucking garbage.
He is talking to Cloud Strife on the mountain, and he says, bark, bark, shit.
God, no wonder I'm a little warped. I've spent 25 years begging for this mother figure to be a fucking mother figure, and failing that, trying to find someone to replace her because I needed that, and she wouldn't fucking do it. No wonder I'm 25 and I apparently haven't grown up. I haven't had a mother to help me do that. I've had nothing.
You should probably make your case to your local. Probably make a case to City Hall or something to tell them that you
bring the case to City Hall. This is. How do we know that? Is there any chance that Bohepans the Third is Dave Moscato from Mikey No More documentary fame? Is there a fucking chance? Because I'm just saying.
For the past 25
Contact the government. Listen, here's what you do, buddy. You need to get a hold of the federal government or a local municipality and tell them your grandmother was being mean to you on a car ride. This bitch deserves hardcore, pound me in the ass federal prison time. How dare she hurt you?
years you have been treated like this, you need to put a stop to it.
I hate to say this, but it's entirely possible the statute of limitations for childhood neglect is gone.
He's 25 years old. He's a 25-year-old man. He's gonna call up why City Hall? Why City Hall? What do you think City Hall is gonna do? They're gonna have some fat guy call them up and say, Grandma and Mom said I need to get a job. Arrest them. What world does he live in?
That, and I think emotional abuse is a little harder to prove than physical abuse. That could be me. What do I know about the law? But I think that would be harder. There would be too many doubters and naysayers who would go, oh, he's faking it because he just wants some sympathy and attention. Fuck them, but I wouldn't be able to stop them from thinking that.
Suspicious.
That, and I'm 25. I'm apparently old enough by law, at least, to be independent, be out on my own.
Yeah.
Not that they've let me, but...
Not that they've let me. They've held me here.
Can we charge the mother for not aborting him?
Now that's a funny name.
I'm chained up in the basement. They refuse to let me get a job and live an adult life. Somebody contact City Hall immediately. Get the mayor on this. I want everybody. The fucking city council must come down here. How dare they not let me get a job and leave the house?
I would imagine that would be how the law would see it.
And the irony of all this, without them, you wouldn't even be talking to us right now.
It's a sick, cruel irony, yeah, but I think it's true.
I kind of wish we had the resources to get him a plane ticket, Adam.
I know. I mean, I'd give him plane tickets to come here to Iowa.
I wish we had... Listen, bro. If we work jobs, which we don't, we'd totally buy you a plane ticket to come visit us. At least for 3 days, until our parents threw you out of our house. But if we had the money, we need to kickstart this. But, you know, sadly, this is from the old internet. So, there's no Kickstarter, no GoFundMes for them. They'd have to actually work for the money. And that's not happening. So we better stick with the City Hall plan. I think that's our best bet.
Or, oh no, hell, just to Canada.
If it wasn't for that damn border, I mean, it's the fact that obviously to legally move one country...
Buy a ticket to a Toronto Raptors game and not leave. That's how you fucking be an illegal immigrant in Canada, what?
Now there's a little more complicated than just throwing money at it, but yeah. We're still doing what we can.
Maybe they could get him like a train ticket, but don't they charge by freight weight? Like, you know, if this guy's like 800, 900 pounds, they're gonna have to get like a special caboose for him, right? That's gonna cost a lot of money. Would it be cheaper to fly him out or put him in a fucking, put him in his own special compartment on a freight train?
Holy, but we're doing what we can. It just... If it could have been sooner, if there could have been a lot less shit that has happened to get in the way, it just... Oh.
Well, I think all I could say at this point is, if anything, you have to find a way to prove that, you know, to the authorities that this has been going on, that you need to get out of this.
Well, the problem here, Adam, is they would simply tell him, go to a homeless shelter. That's...
The government would simply tell him, you're an able-bodied adult. Figure it out for yourself. That's the problem, Adam. Don't you understand our friend is in a pickle? He's in a pickle. We need to think up a solution on the jiffy. Get our Canadian friend down here. Maybe freight train him down here. Adam? Don't you understand the Canadian government isn't going to wipe his ass for him? Jordan Peterson doesn't exist yet. Nobody's going to call him Bucko and tell him to wash his balls. We're up shit creek at him.
Absolute insult.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I just need out of here so badly. I have for years, but this has got to be... It's got to be the worst. Gotta be the worst today. Cannot fucking believe that. I don't even know how I did break down and cry or rage or something right there in the car. I was so close. I had to hold it back so badly because I knew it wouldn't make any difference. It would just make it worse. I have tried to fight back and it just made it worse.
Imagine what would have happened if you actually had fought back against those things that you...
This is what fucking leads you to being a piece of shit. fucking getting murder on an old lady in Iwu, and I hope the prisoners beat the shit out of you long time.
Said to you.
We were like 10 miles out of town. That'd have been a hell of a walk. A hell of a fucking walk.
Well, imagine, what if you actually walked those 10 miles and she was right there waiting for you? She'd probably be saying,
I am almost convinced this dude is throwing shade in a real subtle manner. First it was the girlfriend comment, and now he's like, yeah, imagine, fat boy. Hey, pig tits. Imagine if you had to walk 10 miles. That'd be fucking devastating. Oink for me. Oink for me twice so I know that you understand how bad that would have been.
wow, you actually did something.
Actually did that. Are you fucking retard? Well, yes, I am because of you! God damn it!
And that right there, she'd probably be taken aback by that.
I doubt it. These people don't. These people are showing all the classic signs of a condition I called not having a flippin' soul.
I still believe it's a damn miracle that I would be born to these people, that somehow their genetics got mixed up, screwed, and made me, of all things.
What does he do that's so much better? At least when his mother was stealing and not getting abortions, that was initiative of some sorts.
They're thinking the same thing. How did we create this? I bet that's a thought they've had cross their mind too.
God, it's bad enough I never knew my father, that he left before I was born. I never really knew my mother either. Go fucking figure.
There's just gotta be a way.
And it's probably a good thing that, thank God, this is long in the past, so nobody needs to freak out or anything. But there were times years ago that I made a couple attempts at suicide, and they'll never know that. They'll never know how close.
They'll never know how much of an attention whore I was with my fake suicide attempts. What happened, fat ass? Did the rope break? Did you?
That's what that fucking Chimptopia fucking cartoon should have done.
Did you buy regular strength rope at a Walmart and then realize that there are physics involved in hanging 500 pounds from a ceiling beam? Is that what happened? Did you try to overdose on pills but realize that your metabolism in such a large body is fighting against you? That you need 2 or 3 bottles to make this happen? Tell us what happened with those suicide attempts.
Close to about at the brink I've been more than once in my life, and didn't quite go.
Oh.
I'll never know. In fact, the only one that they did know, they blew it off, of course. Fuck would they care, of course. I'm not saying it was right or justified, but god damn it, when you're put in that kind of a corner, you know, it's...
Man, a therapist would charge like $100 an hour to listen to this shit. His friends do have to hear this for free. That sucks.
It's expected to feel that way.
Somebody in chat said he broke the ceiling. If he tried to do this on the 2nd floor, maybe. He tries to hang himself, and he takes out 2 floors of the home. They needed to call a repairman. No, it was a mystery. That's why he didn't tell him he tried to commit suicide. He didn't want to get blamed for breaking the floor when the rope snapped.
I see. Well, having said all these things, are you actually starting to feel a little better?
Yeah, I think so. I really needed to get that out to somebody.
Well, good. Well,
it needed to be said. It's gone on too long that it's been unsaid. Because honestly, when it's your family that comes down on you, who do you go to? Especially when I was younger and I had no friends. Who did I go to? No one. I had a corner to cry in, and that's it.
They put me in the crying corner. They put Piggy in the crying corner. It was really sad.
Well,
it needed to be said. It's gone on too long that it's been unsaid. Because honestly, when it's your family that comes down on you, who do you go to? Especially when I was younger and I had no friends. Who did I go to? No one. I had a corner to cry in, and that's it. Warmest reception
Go to the corner, bitch.
I got was from a wall.
And even the wall hated me. The wall spontaneously combusts. His fat ass is sitting there, the body heat generated.
I hope you know this is why Jim's sick. This is why Jim's always on death's doors. Because he brought his fucking bathtub Ross and found this fucking thing. It was just too much. Too much.
It on his girth. This fucking sheer mass creates enough heat to burn the wall down. And it took that option and just went with it.
I hate to break a joke to us, but I guess during all those times you had gone talking to a wall.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like, thanks, Squall. You summed up my childhood right there, buddy. I did go talk to a fucking wall.
Adam, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all right. I was thinking the same thing. I won't freak about that. That was my thought too.
Okay.
Smack you.
God. But yeah, that was a good chunk of childhood. Of course, I was bullied. I had no one to go to tell, hey, can somebody defend me? Can somebody hear me cry? No, there was no one there.
Can somebody come hear me cry? Who wants to do that? We're 30 minutes in. 30 minutes of him blubbering nonstop. And he wonders why kids in like junior high and high school didn't want to listen to him cry like a whale. Fucking fat ass seal. Just oinking and orking.
Justin lives in the same city as Metokur. Should we go send him to find out?
In the corner of a room. Why those kids wouldn't come over and listen to him. Just bitch about grandma and mom saying he's a fat, ugly, worthless piece of shit.
You know, if I were...
In those situations, if you have...
Go on.
God is the only one that could possibly be listening.
No kidding. Didn't help that it came to a head during the childhood anyway, right after we had stopped going to church. That was kind of fitting.
Oh god.
That to me is a red flag.
I believe.
See? We're back on theme, everybody. Bohepans needed Christianity to not become this.
I believe she quit going right when the relationship between her and my second stepfather got to its worst. And then when they split, that was it. Never went back to church at all.
Oh man.
That's a very nice red flag for me. Right there.
And it was right after that when Mother started drinking again, and I've always hated that. I've always hated when she does that. She didn't abuse me getting drunk, but she kind of already did when not drunk, but she just acted like such a fucking moron while drunk that I can't stand. I can't stand being around that anymore.
Also do recall the discussion in the very beginning of the stream because of Asmongold's L take. Because there's been some abuse cases with lesbians adopting children and abusing them sexually. No gay people should be allowed to adopt kids ever again because of the bad actors. Fuck all the straight people that are like abusing their kids all fucking day. They're actual natural born kids. But whatever, that's cool. Like, that's an L take, right? This guy can get adopted by whoever. That's fine. Adopt him as a 25-year-old.
I'm gonna be honest here, chat. I'd probably be drinking pretty heavy if I had to live with this. If I birthed this, and I had to look at it every day as it sat in the corner at the wailing wall, just blubbering away, I'd probably be hitting the bottle. I'd be hitting it pretty fucking hard.
I'm not trying to judge people that do, especially the responsible ones, but people like her, no, that's not cool, especially when you got a kid.
There's a difference between recreational drinking and being a rathead drunk. And your mother sounds like a rathead drunk.
Right.
Still remember one time.
I've never heard the insult rathead in my life.
She passed out on the floor, and I had to throw a blanket on her so she could sleep.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Why did you?
Because
this guy who hopes that his family dies and leaves him an inheritance so he can skip town after all the abuse he fucking suffered. This guy, He is the most empathetic person in the fucking world, so gave her a blankie.
I couldn't make myself stop loving her no matter how much she apparently hated me and just didn't care about me. I still cling, as stupid as it is, to that concept of family, of not giving up on loving them even when it's hard.
You mean like they do for you? Still bought you a fucking burger.
I'm really getting
value,
tested
but
here.
that is
it's
that is
not
an
worth it. I know
incredible
it's not. I know it's not worth it in this one situation, but I still can't entirely let it go. I will still rage and be angry at them, but at the end of the day, I still can't entirely let go of that idea. If
That
only
is-
because I want it to be true. If not,
That is an incredible quality, my friend, but you gotta let go. There's no hope.
I know. And especially hilarious, my grandmother would tell me that I wouldn't be able to raise my kids right. Well, I clearly know plenty about what not to do. By process of elimination, I may do halfway decent.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he's so delusional, he actually thinks that he's ever going to have children. And his friends are right there encouraging him. It's never going to happen, Bohepans.
More pathetic people have had kids, though, Metokur.
No
reality TV, fucking 90 Day Fiance, just terrible.
no woman is going to willingly let you ejaculate inside of her. I don't know how you're going to accomplish it. I mean, you have a weight advantage, but I don't think you're fast enough to catch her. So I don't know why they keep going on about kids.
Well,
this poor guy, well, fuck all these people, but he's just like, can we please get out of this conversation? There's something about this one in the Toon Critic call.
You said that you wanted to stop the roleplay until she was 18. You even considered yourself a pedophile. You said it yourself, that you were a pedophile. Doing the right thing at that point is not sweeping it under the rug. Why didn't you tell any of us? If you thought that you wanted to do the right thing so badly, why didn't you ask for any help?
We had to come to you.
Not even
because
that.
I was ashamed and I thought I could handle this on my own and I was wrong. Okay, my biggest problem is that I have problems asking people for help. That is my fault, okay? That is my
You had no
fault.
problems asking me to help you buy your grandmother a Christmas present. You had no problem doing that.
That's completely different.
Let's not... Okay.
You guys have known me for years. You know who I am.
Well, here's the problem with that, Toon. It's that I haven't seen all of the screenshots. I've only seen some of them, but I know what British is feeling right now. He's seeing another side of you that you tried to keep hidden.
To be fair, the other side that I have keeping hidden is my furry side, and that's a completely different person as well.
Yeah.
If you want me to come straight out, that's another side of me that I don't talk about with anybody.
Zach,
They just seem so fucking similar. Even though one's about being a fucking groomer and being horse famous, and the other one, this one, is just patheticness.
I think it definitely goes without saying. You gotta find some way to get away from them, even as hard as it may be. You gotta find a way.
I know. Believe me, I know.
You know what I love about this too? Is just, it's a situation. Listening to this, and I'm sure you can all pick up on it, we all know this fat retard is never going to get a job. He doesn't want to move out of his house. He likes it there, it's comfortable. He's got his own little nest. He doesn't want to leave that little nest. He's content in that little nest. And the only advice his friends can give him, which is slightly realistic, is you need to get out of the house. How much despair do you think he feels at that moment? They're not going to buy him a plane ticket. They're not going to money order him something so he can come live with them. Their only advice is basically what Grandma is saying. Get off your fat lazy ass and get a job. They're just saying it in a much nicer way. And I bet that just pushes him over the edge. I bet he goes and beats himself with that belt after this call.
Perhaps the best course of action is to really get hunting on a job to actually prove to them that you actually do have initiative.
Indeed.
My suggestion, temp agencies. You'll never have a steady job, but you'll have them coming in with enough frequency that it looks semi-impressive.
And keep me alive, yeah.
Yep.
But other than that, all I can say is wait for them to start slowly dying off.
There's nothing more to piece.
Seeing as you're an only child, there's not very many other places they can will their stuff to. So
his cousins.
Oh no, that was step family. My mother divorced.
Yeah,
thank God. But unfortunately, they were around just long enough in my childhood to be another crucial part of fucking me up.
So they cut off. Well, that changes everything.
There are no other heirs. Kill them all.
Where else are they gonna will their stuff to once they go?
You know, listen here, buddy. You just gotta skadoodly-dee wait it out. Wait for these people to die and then take everything they own. You gotta play the long game, champ. That's my advice to you, is play the long game. Grandma's gotta die sometime. And you'll get all her Davenports and her doilies and her tea sets, and you can sell that for money and you can eat more McDonald's. It's a long game. That's how you win.
The irony of that.
Indeed. I just hope that I'll be out of here before this one won't even matter, because the less time I stay here, the better. But at least that's something, anyway.
Yeah. Anywho, so are we gonna put this on Arcadia, or should we put it on your channel?
Immediately discussing where to upload this fucking embarrassment to fucking masculinity call.
Yeah, where are you gonna put it? Yeah, that's brilliant.
I think it's more appropriate to put it on yours, since
fair enough.
Since more people visit your channel.
They didn't just put this up, they discussed where it would get the most views. Like, there's a disconnect from reality here. How could you have this conversation and then ask yourself, where can I have the most people watch this? It's fucking mind-blowing.
And it was for me, which I appreciate, guys, big time.
You're welcome.
No problem, man.
I did say it was an emergency comms after all, so.
Yeah. This was important for.
Someone in chat, they want him to fail. Do you think his friends want to encourage his suicide? Do you think they went into this knowing, oh shit, that fat ass just said it's an emergency comm situation. Let's record this and put it on the internet so people mock him so hard he kills himself. So we don't have to listen to it anymore. Is that what he meant by the long game? Is his friend Ned Flandering his ass? Is that what's going on?
For all of us. I mean, not only were you able to vent out things, but I think now everyone knows exactly why you are the way you are.
For good and for bad.
Yeah. But even despite...
For better or for worse, this is who I am, yeah.
So, all those times when you look like you're happy, you're just holding on to memories of being happy? Or is it genuine happiness?
When it's with you guys on the internet with my real friends, it's genuine.
Who totally aren't pedophiles. Hold it! Jesus Christ.
Believe me. Especially since it gets me away from them for any amount of time.
Ah.
As long as I have to think about them, as long as I be with people that actually do give a damn about me, I really am happy, trust me. I don't fake that.
Right.
Well, let me at least attempt, in my own way, to cheer you up a little.
Are you gonna throw Twinkies at him? I mean, how do you digitally transport them? Is there a magical fax machine that can 3D print food for his fat ass? How are you gonna cheer him up? How do you think he's gonna cheer him up? Let's listen.
Oh! Oh dear. You're gonna wait till... Oh, wait a minute. You're not. Oh my god.
He whipped his cock out, in case you're
Two of
wondering.
his favorite things.
Whipped his dick out, sitting in front of the fucking webcam.
God.
Oh, good lord, what is wrong with you?
and sing in the Manipulation Drive.
Oh yeah, Magikarp is evolving alright. He's gonna turn into... Oh my god. Pimpadose or something at this rate.
or better yet, this is...
I want you to look at my Diglett. Take a look at my Diglett. It'll cheer you up. Look, he's evolving. He's evolving into an erection. Look at my Diglett.
Going to evolve into
The Holy Trinity, as we were talking about earlier.
a real mermaid.
Great. When Krabby starts singing Under the Sea, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's an idea. If I capture a crab Pokemon, I'll name it Sebastian.
Teenagers, you give them an inch, they swim all over you.
Oh man.
Better?
Now that's a funny meme.
Well, let's be thankful he's not flailing.
Yeah, thank God.
If you were flailing, then that'd be a whole different story.
Did you enjoy it, chat? Did you enjoy this emergency comm situation?
Thanks to Eternal Metokur for gathering that. Hit the mic. Whatever. Here's my. I'm still working on my thing. We got through all the fucking dumb dramas. There's a few other things, but whatever. Tomorrow will be on fire too.